Welcome to the Wheels/Blues podcast. Today we have special guests.
Eric Daniels at Eric_83.
And our very special, promised a couple weeks now, but now appearing.
Sid at Skweeed, but don't follow me because I don't do anything on social media.
And we also have Sniffles McDiva back.
Hey, I made it to this
illness.
one. I made it to this one, guys. At Tin Can Blues, I am here. I am live. Let's go.
Hey, Sid.
What's up, Dad? Hey, guys. I think we'll start this podcast off right with a shot of Pink Whitney from Barstool Sports.
Wow.
Please don't sue us.
Please don't sue us.
Please don't sue us.
Don't sue us, Ryan Whitney.
Do we think Ryan Whitney could use the money? Maybe he should sue us.
That's why Ryan Whitney is
can use
making
the money.
girly vodka now.
That's not bad.
Oh.
I mean, it's amazing. It's the best thing I've ever tasted.
It's definitely pink.
That's not.
You know, we're less likely to get sued if we rant and rave about it. How amazing it is.
That's very true.
I'm not going to lie to the people.
Yeah, but you just said, yeah.
Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
That it is.
It's a policy. Yes.
So, Skweeed,
Yo,
what have you been up to?
no, working in gaming.
Working in gaming. What kind of games have you been
That's
playing?
all I do. I'm just going through some backlog right now during the break before the Resident Evil 3 remake and the Final Fantasy 7 remake. So yeah, just going through backlog.
So you played the demo?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. Okay. Has anybody else here played the demo?
I played the demo.
You guys are I'm gonna be asking questions because I'm not a RPG
JRPG.
guy.
Gotta get extra nerdy with that.
Yeah, so that's totally not my league. I find something wrong with I punch you, and now I stand here and I wait for you to punch me.
None of that anymore.
Yeah, I have lots to say about that as well because I was really, really shocked that this was nothing like that.
It's
Really?
fast-paced combat.
I was shocked. Yeah.
It is.
Go, go,
It is
yeah.
action. Like there is still the
It's-
materia. There is still the ATB bar and all this kind of thing. But it is a button like you mash square
Yeah.
to swing your sword.
Yeah, you can dodge and shield yourself.
Parry.
And then
Yeah.
the ATB is just for I assume once summon materia becomes available for magic spells for item usage, and each character so far at least I wonder how much it's going to advance if as you level up you get more ATB bars that you can save up. Like maybe you get a summon and it takes 3 bars to cast, so you can't just be like Knights of the Round, Knights of the Round, Knights of the Round, and I win.
Speaking of that, do you think that they're gonna have a Knights of the Round?
I think if they do, they'll probably do like I think in Final Fantasy 9. They do like the one you'd summon. What were they in that one? Aeons, I think. You'd summon it, and it would give you the big to do. And then every time you did it after that, it was kind of like a shortened version. It was condensed because I don't want to sit for a minute and a half of animation every time I use a summon material. Like that's.
Man, do you remember having like Knights of the Round as mime?
Oh
Anything
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
and it
Just spamming
keeps
it on
going
Bizarre
on,
Sephiroth.
Man,
Do you know
Man,
what
it
we're
just
talking
goes
about?
over and
I don't know
over and
what we're
over.
talking
Oh, jeez.
Dude, yeah, but it's probably going to be about 10 years before that part of the game is out.
Jeez,
so.
you guys didn't hear me
What-
complain there's
what-
80 minutes of wrestling talk.
That's because you weren't here to complain.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Like I said, we're going off the rails. You're away. Mommy and Daddy aren't home, so the kids are going to talk about what they want to talk
Holy
about.
shit, am I both?
And Daddy did complain on Twitter as well.
But
as
one of our
private
loyal
voice chats.
listeners, our loyal fact checker at Shroot1, he told me that he would be into wrestling talk.
Well,
There's an appetite for
we-
professional wrestling.
We got to give our fan what he wants.
Yeah.
Speaking of fans, I want to get this out right in the forefront. Whoever it is in the United States,
Virginia.
Virginia specifically,
Yes.
that is listening to us, get in touch with us and let us know who you are and where you are and if you're a bot or not, because I'm interested to know who you are.
Yeah.
That would
How you
be.
stumbled upon this.
Yeah.
And I hope you're still listening because that would be fantastic.
And like and share.
And also our loyal fan in Australia. we appreciate you as well.
He just downloads and doesn't listen for sure.
We'll take it.
Whatever.
Download.
Is it
That's the stats,
is it he or she?
I've downloaded it like 10 or 15 times, I think, episode 2 there. I haven't listened to it yet, but
Well, thanks for
We do appreciate
thanks
the
for the
downloads.
numbers, man.
Does that
Really,
count? Is
those
that
are
like-
they're no longer rookie numbers. You
But
know?
does that count? Like when it's just like a download over and over and over? I was confused.
I don't
by
know.
that.
I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know
thought-
if like the 20 times that we listened to it. I mean, that never happened. If that counted.
I don't love the sound of my own voice. I only listen to myself once.
Is that not how like the Beatles got popular? Didn't Brian Epstein, when they first released like an album, he bought up like a bunch of the albums?
I don't know.
That's true. One will check that for us.
fact check.
Like, yeah,
It was Brian Epstein,
he was their manager.
and he would just listen to their music.
No. He would like buy up because he was rich, so he would buy up like if they were on a magazine, he would buy like a bunch of the magazines. You know, when they released like their early records, he would buy up a shitload of them to drive up like the fucking numbers.
Right.
I'm sure I've heard that somewhere.
That's
Yeah,
like
I'm sure
supply
that
and
happened.
demand. That's
and why wouldn't you do that, especially in the '60s when there was no
that's how-
fucking like internet? To
I'm
fuck
sure
shit
that
up.
happened a lot. Like,
Oh, yeah.
legit,
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
we've got a new band out. Let's just. Oh, hey, the album comes out today. Oh, there's only 5 copies left. It must be great. I better buy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what this podcast is like: the Beatles and a new record.
Are you saying we're bigger than Jesus?
Well, if they're bigger than,
Wow.
if the Beatles are bigger than them, and we're bigger than the Beatles, then we must be bigger than somebody.
I'm not saying, but I'm
so-
just saying.
And we just lost our fan of Virginia.
Ah, shit.
Virginia's not quite Bible Belt.
They could be.
Could be.
They could
Our
be.
fan could be.
Okay, well, call in and let us know. I think you can. There's a link in the description of the episode when it goes up on Anchor that will allow you to send us a message, and I will get it on.
Whether or not he'll read it.
Oh, I'll read it.
Well, he'll read this.
I spend a significant amount of my time.
Oh, so you've said
On
that
this
some people can
podcast.
send text messages or like
yeah, it
voicemails
goes
and
it
stuff?
goes through.
Oh,
Anchor
very
does
cool.
it. Yeah, it
Oh,
goes.
Cool.
I didn't freaking know.
So
that.
yeah, so let us know, Virginia.
Virginia. Thanks for listening. We love you.
Yeah, big time.
And somebody in BC too.
Somebody.
Somebody in BC. I mean, and then Alberta, Ontario, which is your bro,
Yeah.
almost certainly. Australia, B.
I know a few people in Australia.
Yeah. So let us know if you're out there listening to us and you're not my brother or a friend.
Somebody we
ours.
already know.
If you don't know us, contact us.
We want to
and
know
let
you.
us know who you are. Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
pump our tires on Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah,
Instagram.
like and share, man. Like and share. Send that shit out.
That's right. So Sid, I fucking know. You're a massive Resident Evil fan, and I've seen your collection. It's obscene. Please tell us a little bit about what
It's
you
a
like
very
about this.
fancy, well-organized collection.
No, it's not. I just tried to reorganize my gaming shelf, and I have too many games for the shelf.
Oh,
So I had to throw out all my books.
what?
Well, yeah.
You threw out books in favor
Fucking
of Resident
books.
Evil.
Yeah, well, except for my Resident Evil books.
Resident
Okay.
Evil games that he's already played. That's what
Did you
he's
think maybe
going
just
for.
building another shelf?
Well, yeah, you know.
That's
That's future me after I destroy the one that's already in the living room.
that also
fucking
takes away
carpenter,
from
man,
playing the
like-
Resident Evil.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't want to do what I do at work at home for free.
Yeah, you're right.
This is why Katie cooks at home all the time. It's not because she's a woman and that's her play. No, it's because I cook all day and I
Yeah, is she gonna pay you an hourly rate to cook dinner for the family?
Fuck no, man.
So you're not
Well,
gonna do it?
define pay.
Pay.
Right? Like, are we talking monetary or
Yeah.
moving along?
Anyways, this
She's
isn't
gonna
that kind
give
of
you a
podcast.
bill now.
Now we've lost 2 listeners.
Oh, Man, you're
And
sleeping,
Eric
on,
will be getting a
you're
bill
sleeping on the
bed.
couch tonight, man.
Yeah. I'll just be bunking at the beautiful Wheels/Blues podcast studios.
Oh man,
It's so weird with the slash in the middle. I don't know how I feel about that.
I
The
just,
wheel
we're
slash
just
blues.
I call it
I think
Wheels
it's-
Blues.
I think
I've been calling you Wheels Blues.
Yeah,
It
that
was,
makes
it's just force of habit. I'll get over it.
Yeah, we hope you can crack that.
Well, you know what? You can't like you're the host and supreme commander and creator. So I mean, kind of what you say goes, man. You know.
Yeah, but I can always improve. We can always make it better.
The revolution grows. You see?
revolution.
This is democracy. We live in Canada. It's a democracy here.
Well,
Hopefully.
that's a whole other episode.
So anyway, about that
Yeah,
Resident Evil.
Tangents, buddy. This is what you came for.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, well, ever since like '98 or so when Resident Evil 2 came out, and I was playing that, I've just love the survival horror genre, and sadly it went right off the rails with Resident Evil 4. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I don't want to play an action game. I want to play a fucking item management horror game.
Is that the prevailing opinion that Resident Evil 4 is the best one?
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
then-
sorry.
No.
Yeah, because it wasn't like all the others where you're searching with a fine-tooth comb and
Yeah, I think once they got rid of the tank controls and static images, isometric camera, all that kind of stuff, that it kind of went like, oh, hey, this is a cool over-the-shoulder action game with Leon S. Kennedy. You know, fucking
Douchebag stop character number 7.
Yeah, right? He went from like rookie cop surviving a situation to, yeah, no big deal. Life sucks. I'm going to rescue the president's daughter. And it's like, the fuck is this? Why are you in Spain rescuing the president's daughter? You just barely survived. Shouldn't you be after Umbrella, like you said at the end of Resident Evil 2?
So is it the Fast and Furious of video games?
No,
It
Resident Evil
started-
5 and 6. That's yeah, I guess that was, yeah, they kind of had a Fast and Furious
Fast and
progression in the
Furious of
game
video
style.
games, yeah.
And then 7 came out.
Is
was
it
a
all about
wonderful
family
thing.
now?
So what about the controls? What I remember, probably the last time I played Resident Evil was most likely 2 or one of the titles that was on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
And where the thing that drove me nuts about that was the controls where up was walk forward no matter what direction the character is facing. So I'd be walking into walls and like if the character was facing towards you, you still had to push up.
yeah.
Kind of turned me off a little bit. I mean, I did like the series, but I could never really.
So you would have been one of the bandwagon Resident Evil 4 people going, "Oh, this is the best. This is the direction they should have gone."
Maybe, but
the
I
tank
didn't play
controls. The tank controls are fine. They're fine. They weren't done intentionally to like make the game harder or anything.
No,
It was just like in classic styles of like the old Alone in the Dark and everything. They just used tank controls. Once you have a camera switch perspective like that, like anyone who's played like Devil May Cry 1 or anything like that, once that camera switches and then your control gets wonky the second you adjust to what direction you're going, because it's relative to the camera angle. At least with that, no matter what, if you're running straight down a hallway and the camera switches to behind you to in front of you, you're still running down that goddamn hallway. You know, if you got a liquor on your ass, you got to get the hell out of
That's
there.
right. You want to get away from those liquors, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. They're savage.
But don't you think that like someone like me who doesn't play those games, if you're trying to get me to play them, don't you think that would, because that fucks me up. So I don't know if you played that Detroit Become Human game. So I was playing that, and it's kind of like the same.
Man, I love that game.
The same deal. It was really good. I like how there was. I mean, you got to play that game a fucking couple times, but just like I'm going to walk up the stairs, and then the camera angle changes, and then you start walking down the stairs, and you're like, fuck.
That did happen to me a couple of times. playing that.
If that game used tank controls, it wouldn't be an issue.
Right.
Because walking up would still be walking forward.
Yeah, fair enough.
There is a ton of walking, and a lot of the time, you're walking like this, and then towards you, and the camera would change, and now all of a sudden you just flip
You're
around.
like, whoop.
But because the game has pretty realistic animations, every time the character moves, it takes a second. He's got to actually move his upper body first, and
that game is super realistic.
Yeah, it was a fun game. I don't know what path you took, but I tried to. There's I think 3 characters. There's an FBI. The whole game is there's a bunch of androids, and they've been designed, and they're all over the world, but they're just basically slaves, and
People
everybody.
are pissed that they're taking the fucking jobs.
And they fix all the they're programmed to be the best of whatever
so it's literally
job.
the plot of iRobot.
No, I'd say it's more based on like, do androids dream of electric sheep? It's like more replicant kind of.
So they look human. They all this. There's even in the game like brothels for androids, so you can go do that kind of thing with them.
Man, I gotta
And
play
there's-
that.
What? Oh yeah, that's right. There is.
Yeah.
You can go fuck androids.
Yeah, you can.
It's
Yeah.
literally been on my PlayStation
and then-
for like since
You really should play
I wanna
it. It'll take you a long time. Like I played it, so I think I went more peaceful my first time around, and then I finished it, and then I started playing something else, and then going back and trying to remember, and kind of trying to be like more like a fucking dick.
Oh yeah,
the second time around, and like I let that old man fucking croak like fucking when his son is like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
But
spoilers.
No, I haven't actually played that one.
No, I haven't played
Not
it
yet.
either.
I picked like one of the characters is a FBI android, who's programmed to help. Like the problem is there's androids that are going off the rails. They call them deviants, and they're starting to have human emotions. So like they're defying their orders. They're
like Blade Runner.
okay. So
Yeah, exactly. It's closer to that.
the FBI agent, like I played that whole character as I'm programmed. I'm a machine. I'm logical. I don't have feelings. I'm not human. I'm not alive. But the other characters that you can be, I played them more to like, I want freedom. Like one of the characters, you're trying to lead all the androids into freedom. So you're like rebelling against society and you're leading an uprising of androids, and all the whole rest of the world is freaking out about a war and all this stuff. But there's going to be a spoiler here. So if you don't want to hear it, plug your ears. That goes for you guys too.
You can use the skip function on your iTunes.
Yeah.
Spotify.
Skip like a minute.
Yeah.
So the Connor is the FBI android, and I played him like this rigid, like he's a logical being. But there comes one, and I don't know, Eric, if you had the same kind of situation as me, because there's like 40 different endings.
Yeah.
But there's a one where you're Connor, and they give you a gun, and you have to, and they tell you, if you're not real, like if you're not an android, like if you're not a living, if you don't have feelings,
His partner, the cop.
yeah, like you go to like the creator of the androids. The guy
Oh,
who created-
yeah.
And he's like, are you a living being? Like, do you believe androids deserve rights? And I picked the decision that, okay, it's I'm a machine, I don't have feelings. And then the creator said, okay, if that's true, here's a gun. And then he just puts one of his androids down on her knees, and he's like, shoot her in the head then. And kind of the gun's shaking, and you only have a few seconds to make a decision. And that was like when my character of the logical, he changed. I didn't pull the trigger, and they were like, oh, look who's a deviant now. And I'm like, oh, no.
You see
and
like
then,
the fucking loading,
like
thing
the-
starts
Wait, so
spinning,
you
like-
don't kill the girl?
You can, because I'm
can.
pretty sure I iced that bitch.
Okay, yeah.
But you can also kill off all the characters in like
Yeah,
the first 40
yeah,
minutes of that
yeah,
game.
yeah,
Get
yeah.
that.
Oh wow.
And the one that, like, you're the FBI agent who's chasing all the deviant androids, but then the other two characters are two deviant androids.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, but they give you reasons why you need that FBI agent to win too. So like you're kind of chasing yourself. But
Yeah.
it's a really cool game.
It's
if you
a
like
really, really
Quantic
cool
Dream games like
Yeah.
Heavy Rain and
Yeah.
Beyond Two Souls,
Yeah.
you'll love it.
I actually think that's how I on PS Plus, that was like a package.
Did you play Heavy Rain too?
I played Heavy Rain, but I played it before.
Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
so, which was good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, that Detroit Become Human was...
It was a step
something
above.
good.
Like Heavy Rain, it shows its age because it was a PS3
Obviously,
game,
yeah.
Okay, but we're skipping out on Beyond Two Souls, which I liked, and I don't think anyone else on the planet enjoyed.
I want to hear a little bit about it because I bought the package that has that with Detroit Become Human, and it's actually the one I'm going to play next.
Yeah, well, in the remake as well, they allow you to go through the story chronologically because the original release had you jumping around, kind of almost played backwards. I think that maybe it was just a bunch of jumping
But
around. I don't know. I played that game when it came out, so I haven't played it in a long time. But I really enjoyed it, man. Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, like it was good. It was good.
Why don't they get these fucking celebrities to be voices and
Right?
story?
I always thought Ellen Page was the actress in The Last of Us, but
Oh,
that's
Lord,
where
no.
Ellen Page is from.
She-
Beyond
she-
Two Souls, man.
She was quite upset about the likeness.
Yeah,
because it
she's
is
like, you could have just got me into it. I would have done it.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Did you not see Beyond Two Souls? Jesus.
Yeah. It was amazing.
She's Juno, right?
Yeah, she's
Okay,
Juno.
yeah, that's what I thought. I was getting confused with Ellen Pompeo.
She was
Never
also
someone says Ellen.
She was also Jim Leahy's niece in the first season of Trailer Park
No
Boys.
shit.
Shut up,
That was her first big role, yeah.
Really?
And then she never came back,
Yeah.
because she got Juno.
Was it
I'm pretty
niece or daughter?
Not daughter. It's
She
not
was
a
the
daughter.
one when they had like the friggin' trailer filled with like weed plants and shit, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. She's
yeah,
going
yeah.
and hanging out, and Jim's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I don't want you hanging out with those fucking shit hawks or whatever the hell."
She pawns her bike to fucking Corey and Trevor.
Yeah, get beef jerky and smokes and a new shirt for Ricky. Yeah, that was Ellen Page.
Wow.
Right?
Good on Ellen Page.
That's why you watch the credits. That's why you watch the credits.
She's also pretty distinct looking. As a Canadian, you should know our Canadian stars.
Is she a Canadian? Is she a Canadian star?
I know who Rain Maida is, all right? I'm well aware of Rain
man.
Maida.
Who?
Fuck, man.
Fucking Our Lady Peace. He's the lead singer.
Fuck.
He's got a very lovely, beautiful wife,
I-
Chantal Kreviazek.
Oh, I know who that is.
Fun fact.
Yeah, I
the-
bet you know who that
The
is.
guy is not much taller than I am, which is pretty crazy.
Rain Maida?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I saw him live, and I was like, where the hell's Rain Maida? Oh, fuck, there he is.
Tyson gets a boost up. Can
Yeah,
see over the
somebody
crowd,
can-
sees him sitting there.
Like, can somebody lift
Look
me
at
up?
all the phone books.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
man.
he can't be that much. Maybe he's like 5'6" or something.
Wow.
You know, like,
I'm
few
taller
inches
than
taller
Rain
than you.
Maida?
yeah, not
That's
much
crazy.
bigger. I mean, jeez.
Let's be honest. You only like Our Lady Peace because they did the theme song for Chris Benoit. It's literally the
I
only
also-
reason you like Rain Maida.
No, they have their good music.
I'm sure
Yeah,
they do.
back in elementary school.
I'm
were
sure
pretty
they
sweet.
do. Do you know who Our Lady Peace is?
I like
They
that.
did the theme song for Chris Benoit.
Man, Superman's dead.
Of course.
Is that them too?
Yeah, that's Superman's dead. Is that
Naveed, that whole happiness is a
yeah,
fish.
Yeah, that from like '98 or whenever that album came
They
out.
got a really good
But the album was
tunes.
the
Yeah.
guys like biting the trapeze bar.
Man,
It's like a fish or something. There's like some old people or
you
something.
guys know I'm like 38, right? I can't remember.
You're 2 years older than me.
You're
That's
3 years old.
irrelevant to the conversation.
Well, I know who Gord Downey is, and he ain't singing that shit.
Let's talk about Sarah McLachlan. There's a real Canadian.
Who's the other guy? Who's the other Canadian? He's like super Canadian. He used to have a show on.
Red Green?
No, singer,
I don't know, is that guy
Kim Mitchell.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, might as well go for a soda.
Do you know Kim Mitchell? My brother's like fucking
I know
screaming at his fucking like these fucking idiots.
You don't know Kim Mitchell?
You know who Kim Mitchell
Oh, he's
is?
fucking slamming.
Have you guys
the-
never been to a lake in the summer?
Not in Ontario, no.
He's just slamming the unfollow button.
Oh
on
yeah,
everybody
he's like,
right now.
we're done.
Yeah, fuck this podcast. I'm fucking done. Not even my brother on to make me listen anymore. Holy shit.
So just to keep it on the video game tip, what do you any of you guys fan of the Rockstar company?
Yeah. Oh,
So do you think what do you think is more likely to happen, Bully 2 or GTA 6?
GTA 6.
You think so? Yeah.
Neither.
Sure.
I hope
Neither.
Bully-
Yeah.
Neither. I think they're gonna stick with GTA 5 right now. It's making them hand over fist bank.
That's very true. They're
One of the
always
Hauser
doing
brothers just left Rockstar.
Really?
Yeah, he walked out, quit. I think Red Dead 2 was his magnum opus. He's done. He never has to work a day in his life anymore.
Holy
Yeah, it's
fuck.
quite the
Like
masterpiece.
That
those
game.
two brothers, man, and the work they did with GTA 3 to now, like ridiculous. So also, I don't think you could get away with a game like Bully 2 in today's political climate without, like, I just, oh man, it would
Really?
be so
You
hard.
think
I
they would
think
do
so.
it? I mean,
you would get so
I don't
much.
think they
but
would do it.
is video games not the last? It seems to me like it's the last untouched.
Do you follow Twitter people, like video game people on Twitter?
Not
They
really.
get
I
fucking
probably
lambasted
should.
for shit.
Yeah, really?
constantly. Oh yeah. Why don't you have trans representation in games?
Oh,
That kind of
fuck
shit. And it's
off.
just like, well, because there hasn't been a game fitting for a trans person. I don't know.
Maybe it's because they're anatomically, they're fucking video games.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
they don't have anything unless you see it.
They
I guess
can
you
be
can see.
whatever you
But,
want them to be.
Well, Ellie's a lesbian, and I noticed like there was a bunch of tweets about it going, we're not going to change her sexuality for the HBO series. And I was like, why is that a talking point?
Yeah.
Why is that even a talking point? Why would you change a character's sexuality when it really, like, okay, maybe Last of Us Part 2 has way more bearing, but it's not like it's a fucking, this is the reason this character is liked. She's liked because she's an awesome, tough little girl who goes through fucking hell
Yeah.
and survives it. That's why she's likable. Her being a lesbian has nothing to do with that.
Do
So
you
why-
think Bully 2 could be like done if a girl is like doing like switch it up, like it's not guys, like it's like a mainly a girl?
I think you could do Bully too if you weren't 12, you're like whatever the first Bully, you're like 12 or something. I think if you did just older,
Yeah, but that's just Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you're right. But like in college or something, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 would be good if it was a female lead?
yeah, I don't.
I wouldn't
I
care.
think it would be fine.
Like, I
Well,
like
no, yeah, no, obviously because we're initiated, so of course we're not going to care.
Yeah.
But for the people that need their voice to be heard,
Oh, I don't. I think like you just have three, whatever. I think they're gonna have to do the 3 character thing forever because that was awesome.
so then have like 2 girls
yeah,
and a guy.
Yeah,
If you really needed to
Bully
be
too.
like,
They had a meth addicted Canadian in the last one. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah,
probably the best video game character
Yeah, I know.
on my end ever.
I feel like the optics of Bully, you can't do it anyway.
I think
Like, there's no way of doing it now.
it would be hard to do. But okay, so Rockstar recently updated their logo to have like a 70s sci-fi style art cyborg woman next to the Rockstar logo. So maybe they're hinting at new IP because like let's not just forget that we can still create new things. We can still have new IPs and not just be going, okay, well where's number 17 of this and number 23 of this coming out?
Yeah.
I agree. And if there's anybody I trust with the new IP, it's going to be Rockstar because what I hope is that the how everybody ranted and raved about the single player for Red Dead and how absolutely, like, I mean, tedious, yes, some parts, and slow moving some parts, but
for so
like
long.
like you got to brush your horse, all this kind of stuff. I didn't really mind that stuff.
But that's you take a break. You can just hold the controller with one hand and drink your beer while you're doing that.
I love doing it. I love going to get the stew at the campfire and getting the coffee when I woke up and having a cigarette in the game. You know, I don't smoke anymore, so it's kind of like living vicariously through Arthur there. So, but anyway, I hope that how much that everybody loved that single player. I hope that it doesn't scare Rockstar is seeing the dollar signs from Grand Theft Auto Online and going, why even have a single player? We could make millions. So I'm worried that Grand Theft Auto 6 would be more online focused, and it would be like Call of Duty. They just throw some crap in, you know.
I fucking love the campaigns. I'm all about the campaigns,
and they're good. So I hope they don't stop.
Yeah, me too. Rockstar,
I hope they don't focus on Rockstar. Please do a single player.
Well, and also in talking about the concept of GTA 6, realistically, there's not going to be a lot of like next gen exclusives for a while with the new console launch. If that console launches, Xbox console launch, they're still manufactured by Foxconn, I think, which is out of China. So there's concern about that kind of stuff, which is is what it is. But with PlayStation kind of pussyfooting around the whole launch, talking about it, giving details, none of that's happening yet. And
even coming out in Christmas,
there's no release date.
I thought there was.
No, the holiday season is always the launch window for a new console. Yeah, always. But there's no concrete details. Xbox has gone further than PlayStation has, and PlayStation's still just kind of sitting on their haunches going...
I haven't heard much about it.
No. But, people are, oh no, it's something to be worried about. But realistically, with the way they're sounding this launch, is a lot of games are going to be PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. So Xbox Series X is talking they're not going to have a generational exclusive for 18 months. So why even bother?
Why
buy it?
Yeah, but that is kind of what they did with the PS4 too. I don't remember.
The PS4 had PS4 launch titles. They had exclusive games, not just exclusive in respect to the PlayStation, but exclusive to that generational shift. They had games that came out on the PS4 that you couldn't get on the PS3.
I don't remember
Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs was a launch title.
It only came out in launch window because they fucked that up.
Wasn't Uncharted 4?
No, I think that wasn't that on
my PlayStation 4 came with Uncharted 4.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Uncharted 4 did not come out on PS3. Have you seen how pretty that game is?
Oh, that game is
I just finally beat it the other day.
It's awesome. I played that game like through and through like at least 4 times.
It is the best out of the series, gameplay wise, mechanics wise, and it's so pretty.
Is it style like the new Tomb Raider reboot style, like that kind of game? Where
but all the Uncharted have kind of been like that.
The new Tomb Raider are like the Uncharted games.
Okay, and I love
the climbing is better. Like everything is, because I played all of those games. 4 is just like hands.
Climbing where you can reach out to the rocks you want to get and just
it's fluid. I mean, you're just like X, 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 and it's like you're
and you're not bored because it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, you're
Naughty
all
Dog,
over the place.
I really appreciate
that. Naughty Dog, absolutely. Naughty Dog. Yeah, 100%.
From Crash Bandicoot.
Should we do a shot of Pig Whitney for Naughty Dog?
Let's do that.
All right. Somebody pour it.
All right.
Hey, honored guest, Skweeed, you pour it.
For sure. Put me to work, whatever.
Do the honors.
Another remake. I don't know if you guys played this one from back in the day. Is Destroy All Humans. They're remaking that for a 2020 release.
Sweet.
I really enjoyed that game.
I gotta say that's due to, I guarantee you, Chris Raygun, this like YouTube dude. He has an uncanny ability of going, I really want them to remake this game, and then they do. 2 years before Crash Team Racing came out, he's like, man, I just love it. It's the best game. It's my favorite game. If they remade Crash Team Racing, bam, they remade it. he's made a few comments about stuff like that, and he was talking about Destroy All Humans, and then like 6 months after he talks about it on his podcast with Colin Moriarty there, he hey, Destroy All Humans remake. Like, he just has this uncanny ability of like calling the PS1, PS2 games that are going to come out again.
I should get him to call out Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Right?
That would be nice if they remade that. Probably one of
He
the
does
better
have
games
a
ever
lot of
made.
followers
All
on
right.
YouTube.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, that stuff is fierce.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a pink lemonade on a hot summer day.
Yeah, a lukewarm thing.
That burns when it goes down.
All right, we got to kind of lay off the shots too because it's a school night, folks. So,
Yeah,
Not for me.
oh, you got
it
day
is
off.
a
I have
school
Monday
night for
off.
me, but I'm also irresponsible.
Oh, that's
It's-
why we have you on the show.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Destroy All Humans will be good. At least a good fun romp like the Spyro and Crash redos were. Like, they were just kind of fun little things. I'm a little worried, to be honest, about the Resident Evil 3 remake. I'm excited to play it because like the Resident Evil 2 remake was so pretty. It was so fun to play. Like the I love the engine. The new RE engine is wonderful. Like the mood, the setting, the fact that you could play the original soundtrack was really set me back to
Wow.
Christmas morning as
So
a
is
young
that
boy.
an-
A single tear just rolled down Sid's cheek, and it was beautiful.
So that's an option in the Resident Evil 2. You can.
No, I got
switch
the
to
deluxe
old-
edition. You have to
Oh,
pay
right.
for it,
But,
of course.
but then you can switch the video game music that's in the PS4 version to the
To the PS2 version, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And
I
it'll
didn't
even
know
do the when you press start, it'll be like
that. Oh,
it's like,
cool.
"Ah!"
That's
The original
pretty
Xbox could do that, right? I remember there being a GTA type game for the Xbox. LA
Noir?
cool. Vice City,
LA cop or something. You're like a dirty cop in LA, but you could import your playlist so that when you jump into a car, it's your music
Yeah.
playing, not like the video game.
Oh yeah, there's
music.
lots of games you can.
Yeah, you could do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
with a fair few of them, yeah. I
Can you
think
do
it was
that on
Dead to
GTA
Rights.
5? Because if you could do that on GTA 5,
I'm
I'm
pretty sure you
gonna.
can.
Oh, for fuck.
Don't you want to listen to Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga like a million times?
There are some good songs on the GTA radio. Is always good.
You
It's
know-
always good, but it gets.
You know what I think? I think that if you play as Trevor, if you put like poppy shitty music
He
on,
changes it.
He's just like
Fuck this!
Fuck this!
I think that's a great. That's an awesome
Yeah,
touch, man.
yeah.
Like, just everything. That's
I
awesome.
want a statue of that guy.
Yeah, no, fuck.
Oh,
But I hope
Lord.
that guy was gold, and in GTA 6, like I hope they don't just make a crazy character for the sake of it.
Why don't you just make a game called Trevor's Odyssey,
Oh, man.
and it could just
Or-
be him?
In Vancouver or something, like
Just-
somewhere.
yeah,
like I
just-
mean,
Before he
Some-
came to the States and
yeah,
got busted
yeah, like,
slanging
maybe-
dope in East Vancouver.
maybe how he got so crazy, you know, like.
I want to see him and this hockey coach that he like stuck a hockey stick up his ass.
And the one time I was playing that, and you know when you switch back to a character, they're just doing their life, and you don't know what the hell. I switched to Trevor, and he had a guy tied up under the pier, and he was pouring gas on him, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Oh man, he
Oh, I
throws
love
people
those.
off of bridges. There's one he's like on top of Mount Chiliad in like a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fucking like.
He
I
wakes
want-
up next to a bunch of bodies in suits and a wedding dress
Yeah,
chick, like
yeah.
just like slayed a wedding. Why not? Okay.
I want to meet the guys that wrote Trevor because Jesus, man, like some of the things they had to come up with, like they must have been like, no, you can't put that in there. And like,
Maybe
Why?
Trevor's why they haven't been able to like make a new Grand Theft Auto because they can't really top
man,
themselves. After
so many
Trevor.
nice touches in that game. Like,
There's a lot.
Did you ever get them to all to meet up?
yeah, don't they?
I didn't.
I think that they like if you get up to them, they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, get away from me! Stop following me! It's hard. It takes time to get them all to meet up together, but
Yeah, you got to drive one there and then you drive another and
Yeah,
switch
yeah.
your character. You get them all there. Then they're always just walking away too. Like, it's
Yeah.
just like if you stop,
bump into them and shit.
yeah, it is.
It makes me want to re-download that game onto my PS4, but alas, 4 short weeks till Resident Evil 3, so I got to keep that hard drive space clear.
Alas.
And
Alas.
Final Fantasy 7 is going to be a 100
When
gig
does that one
download.
come out?
April 10th. I got
Final
the collector's
Fantasy
edition.
7?
Yeah, I got the collector's edition pre-order.
That's a pretty
Fucking
fun
games are getting gigantic.
So
Dude, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But like, that's why another concern about the next generation, what are they going to do? A stock terabyte hard drive so that you can have 5-6 games on there? Because the new cross-media bar, or whatever they decide to call it for the next console, is going to take up a fair amount of space. Like, I got a terabyte PS4, and I was like, okay, so I've got like 900 gigs. Cool, sweet. I've got games on there where, like, when Red Dead 2 came out, I had to delete like 3 games to fit that one game on there.
Yeah.
And I get why. I understand why, but fuck me,
I
man.
had to buy an external hard drive.
Well, you made the choice.
No,
So Daniels, I've been waiting with bated breath. I think everybody has.
It's now the time.
Now's the time. I can't wait any fucking longer.
Fucking
I can't wait any longer. I have to know, and I think all of Wheels Blues Nation.
The
has to
Jehovah's
know.
Witness story.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Gather around. So, shortly after Christmas, or maybe a little bit before Christmas, I get this knock on the door, and it's this nice little old lady and a younger woman, and they're Jehovah's Witness. And I don't know. Most of you know me, know that I'm a dick, but to an old lady, I have to engage. So they start talking to me, and it comes into like, do you know about God? And start telling them like, yeah, I was, I went to church when I was a kid, and I'm just engaging them in conversation. Tommy's like right there being like obnoxious, so I kind of use that as my out.
Like, oh, sorry.
But
he's
of
crying,
course they're like, we'll come back another time. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, of course. I can't just be like, no, you won't, and slam the door.
Yeah, you can though.
I can, but I can't to a nice old lady. So lo and behold, they came back. They came back like a week or two later.
Oh, you gave him an in.
But I had that
later.
flu. I had that flu that everybody had that was going around like just after Christmas to start the new year. This is pre-corona, so it might have still been H1N1.
Yeah, this is the lucky virus.
It's the lucky virus.
Yeah.
It's lucky virus.
So she comes in, and I'm just like drained, and she's like, "Oh, you don't look well." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not well at all." And she's like, "Okay, well, maybe we'll come back." And then
did she make you cookies? Because
she did not make me cookies. Okay. She did not make me cookies. Right. So I guess the next time they came, I wasn't there, but Katie was. And they were like, "Oh, is Eric home?" I guess I gave them my name. And Katie's like, no, he's not here right now. And they were, it must have been a different day because they kept coming on Mondays. So the lady asks, "Well, is his day off still Mondays?" So a nice out, a nice out. Katie can be like, "Oh no." But no, she completely throws me right under the bus. It's like, oh yeah, no, he has Mondays off.
He usually wakes up at 10.
So we're walking home from work one day, and Katie's like, oh yeah, by the way, like, you're Jehovah's. She tells me, that story. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't tell him when I'm going to be here. She's like, well, you she seemed like you wanted to talk to him. I'm like, well, I don't want to talk to him. It's being fucking nice.
They said they were friends of yours.
So the next...
They play bridge now.
You know what? If I hadn't have been sick that next day they came, I probably would have invited them in for some tea.
Oh my God, you would.
I totally would have. And just rap with them. They came all the way out here. I can fucking talk to them. I'm not buying anything off of them, but I'll rap with them.
You'll get the pamphlet, the literature.
So the next Monday, I'm like, okay, fuck, I gotta get ready for this. I done all like my chores and stuff throughout the weekend, so Monday is pretty much the like Tommy, Daddy stay in, fart around. So I was like, fuck, the Jehovah's Witnesses are coming, and I don't want to fucking deal with them today. So I got a piece of paper, and I wrote, recording in progress. Please do not disturb. And put it on the door.
Nice.
I haven't seen him since, so maybe they just gave up. But this is before I knew about the podcast.
Wow.
So I just figured they would see the sign, hear Tommy like yelling and think I'm just shooting some weird YouTube videos with like my fucking kid.
Yeah.
So there's actually a little tie into that story because when I was a kid, and this is how I should have handled this. When I was a kid, we had some Jehovah's Witnesses come to our door, and my mom and dad weren't home. And of course, being the nice guy that I am, the nice little kid, I told them to come back when my dad was going to be there. So it was like the next weekend, and my dad, he had his routine. It was like bacon and eggs for us in the morning, And then it's like, leave me alone. I'm sitting in the kitchen, drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, reading the papers. Papers,
Like,
I
go
say,
abuse
because he would
yourself.
read all of them.
That's why I
Then
had two of you.
Yeah, then he would take his hour-long dad shit, and you know, and then we could start the day in the mid-afternoon. So these people come back. I see these guys walking up like our driveway, and
This
I'm
is
like,
the 4th time now.
no. So this is a different story from when I was a kid.
Okay.
Are you
So-
listening?
Yeah.
So I see these guys walking up, and I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh shit, like I told them to come back and talk to dad. So they knock on the door and they're like, oh, hey, is your dad home? And I go, oh, hey, dad, there's people here to see you. I book it. I book it down the hallway. And this is all you hear is, no, thank you. And the door slams, which is how I should have handled my case in the first place. But no, it was just too nice. But thank God for that sign, recording in progress.
Wow.
I told Katie that and she just lost her laugh. She's like, what is wrong with you?
You know what? I had some Jehovah's Witnesses come to the Swaptas too, and they knocked on the door at like lunchtime. I was making lunch. So I'm like, I got an hour. I got to get my lunch. I got to get eaten. I got to get back to work. And kind of the same thing. I was like, oh, hey, how are you guys? And they're like, oh, do you have a minute to talk about our Lord and Savior? And I said, oh, guys, look, I'm sorry. Thanks for coming by, but I'm just not that religious of a guy. And they were like, well, you should be.
Whoa, that's
like,
kind of fucking
geez,
presumptuous.
shouldn't you be like accepting of whatever I want, And anyway, they gave me a little thing, and they were on their way, and I never saw them again. But it was just like that, I was just trying to be a good guy too. Like, you don't want to be like these. I understand they have their beliefs and they come along long bloody ways, and they just want to. I'm sure they're just trying to help out, but
See, this is
Just
why
like-
this is why the exterior doors on my apartment work, and I'm thankful for it. People can't just walk in and start fucking parading their shit in my apartment.
No,
building.
we got
Yeah,
snake oil
it's really
salesmen.
annoying when people just come in through your balcony unannounced.
Hey, dude, I only do it when you're not here.
That's very true.
that's what you get for living on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Katie and I got that at a Wendy's, bringing Tommy home from the hospital. We were, we got. I think they were Baptists. They looked like super, like
Rattlesnake bites up and down their arms.
like plaid shirt tucked into the jeans. Dallas Klassen, who was actually with us, and God love him, but they look like him. Good old country boys.
So wait, so were you like, we're unwed and just had this baby?
I didn't say that, but I tried. He's like, hey man, have you found Christ? And I was like, well, I wasn't really looking for him, but I was raised Protestant, and then I dropped this this line from the Bible that's like, it's in the movie Platoon. And it's like Ecclesiastes like 25 something, and it's like, rejoice, O young man, in thy youth. And I hit him with this, and he was like, whoa. And I was like, yeah. And I was like,
your shit,
and I was
man.
like, to be honest with you, I'm not really looking to change religion, so I respect what you're doing, but I'm gonna take my kid and my like 3-day-old child and get out of this fucking Wendy's. And thanks, buddy.
What
People
kid did
always
you
fuck-
have?
What's that?
You said your kid and your 3-day-old child. Whose kid did you take?
Holy fuck.
Yeah, somebody's. I can't be held accountable.
Was that your practice kid before you had your real kid?
Yeah.
And just carried around a sack.
All right.
of
Well,
Yep.
he's bored now. You could go.
I didn't
We
fuck
don't
you up
need
too
you
bad.
now. Go free.
He's running around the woods somewhere now.
Yeah, he's
Nobody's seeing
somewhere. I'm
him.
sure he's somewhere.
Somewhere.
Just leave him an end whistle. He'll be fine.
I'm related to a couple of Jehovah's actually. They're an extended family of mine.
That's
Like,
why you had us
and I've-
over to
and I've
record this
had-
fucking podcast at your house. This is a
Here it
ruse,
comes.
isn't
Here it comes.
I
Here
didn't
comes the
know-
watchtower.
I didn't
pamphlets.
know there was going to be a Jehovah's story. How would you even know that? How would you throw that in the
Because it's
conversation?
written
in the
on the
notes.
page.
Okay, well, I didn't
He
know
also
until
mentioned it at
that.
the last episode.
Yeah,
You
were
were
you
there.
listening to the last episode that you were a part of?
No, I don't listen. I don't listen to this podcast. I do. I don't even bother.
So do I.
Somebody at this table is lying.
Continue your story, please.
But yeah, so I had like the talk with my relative about being a Jehovah and finding Christ. It was kind of like that talk, but not that talk. But it's weird when you're like 29 and you're having the talk
Okay.
about that.
What part of Christianity is that? Jehovah's Witnesses? Like, are they Catholic? Are they fucking?
I kind of just think they're like
They're like Latter-day Saints
Christian
kind of people,
door-to-door
aren't they? Just
salesmen,
weird.
aren't they?
They just-
Well, they are. That's
Yeah,
exactly what they are. I'm just wondering
I
what.
don't really know the denomination of like their
Yeah, like Protestant's different from like a Catholic.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, when I was a kid, and I got to commend my parents for how they handled this, and I'm probably going to, if it ever comes up, I'm going to handle it the exact same way. When I was a kid, I don't even know, I must have been 5 or 6 or something like that. And I said to my parents, like, well, I've been hearing about this God. Like, what is God? Like, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, how are you going to handle that?
they were like, okay, like, well, God, like, and then my I think like they had like a little parents, like, you know, how what the fuck are we going to tell them? And then next thing I knew, like a couple of days later, my parents, it was like 7 at night. They were like, Tice, can you come upstairs? And I said, yeah. And I come upstairs and they had like a pastor there.
oh
And
Jesus!
so they were like, okay, so we asked Father something or other.
We have to talk about the masturbation.
Well, you're only 6. You're not supposed to know this yet. So anyway, I asked.
Let go of your penis.
So
keep buying you tube socks, Tyson.
Piousness over penises for sure.
They said, you know, you had some questions. We're ill-equipped to answer them. So if you have any questions, this guy's agreed to, you know. So I was just kind of like, so what is God? Like, is he like a man or like a what? Like, yeah, he's like a, you know, he's all around you. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was along those lines. And I think I just kind of came away with it like, but where though? Like where? And anyway, at the end of the day,
in heaven.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like kind of my parents just kind of gave me the choice to, you know, if I want to go to church or not, and do I want to, like, you got to decide what you believe, and that's probably how I'm going to handle that kind of thing.
Right.
It's like, get somebody in there who knows what the hell they're talking about, and then let your kid make their own educated decision.
That's a really forward-thinking way to approach
And it was
that.
like 1992.
Yeah, I was
man.
gonna
like,
say, like, I know your pops. That doesn't seem like something.
Yeah, well,
like,
they were
let's
just
do
like,
this.
we're wildly ill-equipped for this information.
Those-
We don't
those
have
really-
it. Yeah, and I got it. Like, that was some pretty spot-on parenting right there.
Absolutely.
So I'm probably gonna.
Really, that's
I'm gonna
very
take
good.
that. Like,
Yeah.
okay, if you have some questions, buddy, I don't know.
Papa Tyson, what's God? God's dead, kid. Yeah, not the way you're gonna handle it, eh?
Yeah, this is why you're the godfather. You
This
know.
is why I'm not gonna have kids.
When Bruce asks about why his body is changing, are you gonna bring in like a prostitute?
No.
Ask him why his body is changing. No.
I have those answers.
Dude, also, you wouldn't get a prostitute to do that.
When you want to have the sex talk.
Yeah, hey, here's
He's
an
not
STD
gonna have.
for your
He's
birthday,
not gonna be
kid.
having sex by the time Bruce is like 14.
I'm not gonna be.
Yeah.
Dude, he stopped having sex after he had Bruce.
There you go. So that's a long time. You know, you won't remember what to do.
Well, you don't want another one. You got to be careful. And the easiest way to be careful is to just not engage in any sort of unsafe activity.
That's
That's what the Jehovah's Witnesses told me to do. So.
Tyson's got one of those like little strapped down crosses that he sleeps on at night, so he doesn't be tempted.
I got a chastity belt, man. No more kids.
Oh, you're looking fine tonight. Shame I can't do anything about it. Good night.
No more. I like sleep. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Katie and I are masochists, so we're not having a fucking another kid. That's
Man, I just like, I'm out of diapers. He sleeps through the night. He like, I can talk to him and tell him stuff, and we can share interests.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the like can't hold their own head up shit anymore. Like, I don't want to do it again. Like, but that's enough.
You look at some friends of ours that have recently jumped into the 2-kid arena, and it's just like,
I got a buddy who
what
was
the fuck
like,
is wrong with you?
yeah, like, half the time I'm like, oh, my family's not big enough. I would like to have a bigger family. But then I talked to one of my buddies who was like, oh, bro, I envy your life. You're playing video games at 8 o'clock at night. And I'm like, yeah, it's because my kid sleeps, and he sleeps through the night because he's a good boy. And then he's got like 2 kids. He's like, I don't know, man. None of them sleep. And I'm like, oh, man. Like, dude,
that sucks, bro. I got to go back to my game.
Hang on, yeah. So you're not going to game with me tonight? Is that a beer? Oh, yeah, it is.
That's a suicide mission.
Oh, man. Yeah, one kid, man. You know what? Sometimes I think I'd like to have another one, but my kid's 5. I think he's getting a little bit up there to have, you know. Yeah, he's 5.
Wow.
Don't
Tom's
you remember
gonna be
when
4 in July?
You don't invite me to his birthdays, so I wouldn't know. I can't count how many times I've seen him.
Well, come around, man.
For celebration. Sorry, I should have worded that better.
Come around more. Jesus. You're his
I
godfather.
can't count the times I've seen him because I've seen him so many times.
You know, and I made Sid the godfather for very good reasons, and I have them. Inga might not agree. Inga might not agree. Okay, my reasoning is I can't do the I can't teach him how to do the bad shit safely. Like anything that is not really something that his dad should ever be a part of with him. So like, how am I going to teach him how to do the bad shit safely? Nope, that's your job, buddy.
Hey, well, Eric knows well and good how much bad shit I can do.
Safely, right? Safely.
This is very true.
Oh, yeah, we were super safe back in the day. For sure.
Of course.
Good.
Nothing bad ever happened.
I'm counting on the safely part.
Everything was great, and we had a good time. Always.
Yeah.
There was never any strain
was-
on
yeah.
any relationships
No.
whatsoever.
God, no.
It was
So,
safe.
3 years ago when the clouds lifted and I could see clearly, though, I tell you.
Oh, fuck. I remember going into your house during those days.
Yeah, wow, I wish I did.
Yeah. Fuck, I almost didn't just from the fucking air in there.
Dude, that's why I had all the air fresheners.
Fucking erased my memory when I walk in the fucking door that wasn't attached to the fucking door frame anymore.
I got angry.
Oh, man.
I used to have to lift the door to the side to get in. It wasn't attached. It fell on the North Face guy.
Dude, it fell on your sister, too. I felt so bad about that when she came over.
She's a good sport. She laughed anyway.
Yeah. She was like, what happened? I was like, oh, I got angry, punched the door, flew off the hinges.
And then they're like, how come the oven doesn't have a fucking door? And you're
well,
like, I
because
got
I
angry
burnt
at
my,
that too.
burnt my toast, kicked the oven, door.
That I
open.
fucking remember. I remember that vividly. I remember Katie and I sitting on the couch, and it was just like, we were just sitting, and all of a sudden all you hear is like, like, it was like Stone Cold was walking in. And you're like, oh, there's a celebrity here. Until it was no.
And that's the bottom line.
Oh, man. Fuck that house.
Good times.
Oh,
There were more good than bad, yes, sir.
even I had some good times there, but not with all that stuff going on. I wasn't there for any of that.
Well, all right,
Sorry, guys.
Mr. Clean. You
Yeah,
got
well, Tyson Jehovah over here.
Yeah, hey, fuck, sorry. I got the talk when I was like 7.
He got the talk and he walks the walk, so.
Yeah, I did. I got the talk when I was 7.
Is it your dad giving you the talk? Was it primarily your dad?
No, what?
That's the former president of the United States.
Oh, fuck. Well, let me tell you what he said. He was like, son, I'm ill-equipped for this kind of information. And, if you want to talk, we'll go in the other room. I've got a gun.
And then he leaves. It's like, dun, 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 dun,
Well, I don't know. They played a song. And there was a flag. And then a bunch of people jumped in the way. And, and then somebody came and they just escorted me away. And I don't really know. And they took me to a room with a bunch of games in it. And
That's the life.
yeah, and I was like, Dad, and he was like, son, I got a speech. You got to just wait, okay? And that's what happened. Yeah,
It's gonna be a big one day, kid.
it's gonna be a big one. I got to talk about the crisis, financials, and I was like, I didn't know what he's talking about.
Of course.
So
You're
anyway,
so young.
I was back in 2008.
Just a wee sprat back
Holy
then.
shit! Remember?
12 years ago, what, you were 7, 8?
Fuck, I wish.
Right.
That's not the height we're referring to there.
No, I think I
man.
grew up on the cusp of the age at which I'd like to grow up. I am so glad I'm not growing up in this shit fuck that we call the planet. Like, the way
Harsh.
people are and social media and all that crap. I'm so glad I still grew up with riding bikes and landlines.
I agree. I was happy with that too.
Yeah.
Like, the internet was new and crazy and, oh man, it's so cool. I could do research and look up pictures of, like, animals. That's cool. Sweet. Porn or whatever. Didn't have to go dig up the Playboys up on Bear Hill. I could just, a couple clicks and a few words.
Dude, Conan O'Brien was right, man. Kids these days got it too easy. Yeah, we used to have to fucking hike up a hill, and then fucking with a canoe, we had to portage a canoe up the hill too. Then we had to canoe across a river. Yeah. We had to fucking scale a wall of pure shale, it was slippery as fuck all the way down. Then we had to climb down this hill and then dig under a rock marked X, and then there was the Playboy from 1976 with all the bush and everything.
Yeah, it was bush and boobs. I was like, wow, the drivers are weird looking.
Did you? Do you guys know The Giver?
What?
Like the book, and also.
I thought you were gonna ask
also
if I was a
the
giver.
movie The Giver. Well, no, but isn't that It seems to me like every kid has a story of like, oh yeah, and there was this one spot in this forest where there was like a giant stack of like hustlers or playboys. So is there like a job that gets passed on through a la The Giver?
Yeah.
Where like
There's the stash.
you are now the Playboy guy for
And you're gonna
North
be known
America.
as that. Like,
Yes,
he's the guy with all
and
the
North America.
and well, they're all over the place.
You can't just roll back in and know what we're talking about.
Anywhere
That's
you
how
go.
this is working.
Anywhere you go in North America, I guarantee you there's a forest within X square miles that there's a spot where you can get access to buried pornography.
Probably.
I do not believe there is anymore. Maybe in the Midwest where the internet connection is not that good, but every fucking
that's very
kid has
true.
a
That's very
smartphone
true.
and Wi-Fi.
But there's got to be some, like, you know,
Oh, son, we see you've been on pussypalace.com again. We really need you to stop that. Your mother gets that phone bill as well, you know.
Do you really think that,
what's your
like, today's-
password? Honey, what's Brazzers?
Here's my credit card.
Reality
Just let me
Kings?
know.
Is this what are you watching?
Oh, they're just giving a girl a ride in a van. That's nice. And then the fuck?
They didn't even pay her? What is that?
Oh, no, they do at the end. It's cool.
Oh,
No, they never pay her.
Well, there is money exchanged.
There's no
in,
websites. You
sense.
got that you're dark webbing these fucking videos? Or
You've never seen the Bang Bus?
That's what he's talking about.
I know. They never pay the
They
girl.
always
in the
pay
end.
the girl.
They never
she's
pay.
willing to do all sorts of things
They
for $30.
kick her out into the Everglades somewhere.
Tyson and I have no idea what
No,
you're
no,
talking
we're
about.
upstanding gentlemen with wives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, if you saw those websites, you'd be upstanding when you were sitting too,
Oh,
Lois.
yeah, there you go.
Just gonna write those down.
What do you say? How many Zeds and Brazzers?
Things not to watch.
I mean, yeah, don't want anything to do with
Two
that.
dads.
Got to put these on the Wi-Fi block list for,
Yeah.
for our children here.
Yeah.
Don't want them going on.
Yeah, we got a
Explain
kid.
to me how incognito works.
Yeah, so you just hit incognito mode and then it's okay.
Yeah, no one can see you. It's incognito.
Except for that little guy there, who's fucking spy versus spy dude that pops up.
Yeah,
fucking
pops
looking
up.
at you.
Only I'm looking at you. Whoa, what?
Whoa.
So anyway, off the porno and on to maybe our next topic.
Damn it, I had to go to the bathroom.
That's not what I thought our next topic was going to be.
That's-
But how was
okay,
it? Was it
no.
pretty good? Or?
Wow,
Yeah,
like, let's talk about a waiting line for the bathroom.
Oh, let's fine. I never have to wait for the bathroom. Other
Yeah.
people wait for me to go
Yeah.
to the bathroom.
It's very rude.
That's how that works. It's at the point where people time me when I go to the bathroom.
It's true. I do.
It's true.
Are people timing?
Yeah, I do when he
time.
says he's
I
going to
do
be
time.
quick.
Do you got a stopwatch? You're like,
I like to prove that
fucking
he's
go,
never
click.
quick.
I don't time myself. I'm not
So it was going to be
insane.
20 minutes. He's like 18 and a half, bitch. I'm
Maybe
like,
that's
"Ah."
quick.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe that's quick.
It is quick. I have technical difficulties.
Fuck
It is
it.
quick.
You know what? Now that I'm a dad, I do have those dad, like those dad mornings. You know that you were just
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about your dad.
absolutely.
And then that's not quick. I know. I'm like, I'm gonna be at least a half an hour.
Yeah, but you're doing that to get away from the chaos of the child in the morning, aren't you?
Shush, my thing is probably gonna.
When
listen.
you
She's
say
never gonna
He's
listen to
not
this
gonna
podcast.
listen. Don't even lie.
When you say I'm going to the bathroom, this is an umbrella term.
Yeah,
You got
I'm
your
going
hustler
to
under
the
the
bathroom.
arm.
Yeah.
Come
I
on,
don't say
Oscar.
I don't say I'm going to take a shit. I say I'm going to the fucking bathroom, and I might just maybe I have a pillow stash,
Yeah,
like
maybe.
a la George Costanza. I got like a setup, and I just sit in the bathtub, and I just fucking do whatever.
Yeah, it is good. Like
I told you I'm going to the bathroom. That's all you need to
It
know.
doesn't matter what I'm doing in there. That's daddy's.
Yeah.
Daddy's quiet time.
Daddy works hard. Daddy's allowed to.
Yeah, daddies have some quiet time. It's the only quiet place in the whole fucking house.
Yeah.
Just fucking sitting there. And I granted most of the time I'm
I don't
making half the
underst-
fucking noise, but
I don't understand how
I'm
you guys
yelling
get
and-
like half an hour away from your kid to use the bathroom.
well, because
I
that's precious.
Don't
time.
understand how that. Like, I don't understand.
They're
how
old enough where like
They
they
can't do
occupy.
anything. They're toddlers.
The door's got a lock, too, so they
I
can't
know
walk in
how
and
a
then you can't get
bathroom
in.
door works, but they're toddlers.
It's not like but
Didn't
like
you get walked in on not long ago?
Yeah, but that's
that was by the hooker though, right?
she told me she was not a hooker.
And then just asked to see a wallet before she left.
Yeah, if her name is Chastity, she's a hooker, man.
Not with
had-
a name like that. She's a good Jehovah.
But yeah, no,
Oh, yeah,
kids
right,
get to
yeah,
that
yeah,
point
yeah.
where you
Jehovah
can,
hooker.
it's like you put on the fucking Paw Patrol.
Yeah,
Immediately, you've got at least 15 minutes.
yeah, you do.
Then they get bored.
But
or
yeah, before
yeah,
they be like,
yeah.
Or ask for a snack.
You know.
Like they get hungry and they're like, "Can I have some apples?" And you're like,
Yeah,
it
it
takes
takes
10
them-
minutes."
absolutely.
It takes them
10
20
minutes.
minutes to eat apples.
No, you get like you turn
Kid-
it on. You get like 10 minutes before, while they're watching it, they're like really watching it, and then they start to get hungry.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, can I have some apples? So you got 10 minutes of peace, then you got to make some apples, and then you get peace until probably your girlfriend gets up and like is like, you can't just let them watch fucking TV all day. And you're like,
you gotta
fuck.
you gotta do shit.
Yeah, you got to do shit. You can't just let them watch TV all day. And you're like, well, I'm not. It's been like 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. You're sitting on the toilet just blogging on fucking Twitter about Oilers.
Yeah, like,
That's
like,
how we were raised, damn it. Yeah, we were fine.
See, if Inga had Twitter, you'd be fucked.
Oh,
because
yeah.
she would see like, well, wait a minute
he
now.
went to the bathroom. It's like,
This wasn't Shiza.
no.
You tweet more than Trump.
I follow so many people on Twitter, and it's like, I'm like, who are all these Oilers people? It's like, oh, Tyson retweeted.
Yeah.
Fucking retweet that shit.
Retweeted.
There's a lot where I'm like, what is going on here? It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
it.
there was a fucking Oilers game last night.
Oh, yeah, he's fucking angry again. Please don't hit me.
It's like, oh, okay, sweet. Scroll for 5 minutes. Still just Tyson retweeted fucking shit with angry commentary. I'm like, okay, well, I follow like 30 game developers. Where's that shit?
I will
One
say,
guy, Pixar.
I will say
Fuck
it is kind of therapeutic to just angry tweet shit on Twitter.
Why don't you just yell in the woods somewhere?
Dude, last
I
night you were
can't
like,
get into the war.
last
Dude, they
night
have a
you're on Twitter,
trail.
like, just shoot the puck guy, and then like, thank you. Yeah, that was you last night.
That
I
was
like,
me. That was me.
Yeah,
It
thank
is
you.
therapeutic though to go
Yeah.
on Twitter and
It's like a little.
there is
rage
that
a little bit.
anonymity where you can like check out a hashtag or something
Yeah,
that's
just kind of
trending,
like
Yeah.
rage
and
a
just
bit.
be like, I got into it with someone about there's this female wrestler who used to be a man. She's transgendered.
Is it Nyla Rose?
It's Nyla Rose.
Sorry to call your name Nyla Rose.
Yeah. So she was like giving some backstage presser, and this guy asked her like, "Are there female producers?" And she was like going, "It's like, oh, it's none of your business," and she's being all nasty. So like this, so of course everyone and I don't buy in. Like everyone's chiming in about like how she's a man, and I don't really like play into that. But it's like I was like, hey, she's not she's like she was just attacking this guy for it. So I chimed in and being like, hey, like maybe some people would have liked to have known if there are female producers helping the female wrestlers.
Did you get yelled at by Nyla Rose?
I got yelled at by some other guy who was going on about how I'm missing the point. I was like, dude, I wasn't up on if she was. Hey, look, if Brock Lesnar wants to get a sex change and go run amok in the women's division, I'm all for Beth Lesnar fucking killing people. All right, I'm
that
for
would not be
but-
fair to anybody in the women's division.
Oh boy, did I get yelled
Not
at
fair.
those like.
Oh,
So but you know, at least it's I mean, these guys don't know who the fuck I am. There's no like. Yeah, I mean,
But they will once this podcast blows up, idiot.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, but that's just
Well, I can't direct any movies for fucking Marvel.
Just
sorry.
get yourself a second Twitter handle with like, just get right into it. All sorts of hot topic issues in your fucking bio, and then start trashing people with that shit.
What was Homer Simpson's fucking thing when he was?
He had Twitter?
No. But he was on like
Simpsons probably
was,
did it.
Mr. X. It was like he was Mr. X, and he was like
Oh.
writing all this shit. Then he gets like kidnapped. It's,
Yeah, he,
Okay.
writes, he spreads rumors around Springfield, and everybody goes to his website because they all turn out to be true, and he just becomes this cutting it. But like,
Because the baby monitor was picking up fucking.
Yeah,
or was that
like-
a different one?
I think that was a
that
different.
might have
one.
been a different one.
But the episode is so 90s or whenever the hell it was, like when websites
yeah,
were
like
just
like
coming
98
out,
or something.
and
yeah.
like you could have a website, but it was like the most basic thing,
yeah.
and like it was just a collection of random shit.
Like you had to type in www dot.
yeah, like
before
and
you
this
couldn't
like
just.
it was back when
HTTP.
but it was back when like you used Yahoo, so that's how old it is.
Some AOL fucking 540
Hotmail.
hours of
Netscape.
free online.
I'm pretty sure Yahoo still exists.
It exists, but nobody uses it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like it's Google, right?
Yeah,
but like back then,
yeah.
everybody used Yahoo. No one used
Yeah,
Google.
yeah.
Google
Yeah.
was like no one knew about it.
Yeah.
And if you did, you
It was the Apple of search engines.
yeah, like it was like yes.
You hear that, Google? We use you. You should sponsor us.
We use you.
Oh yeah, speaking of which,
Yeah.
I know I kind of jumped in at the bad time there, but I wanted to give a huge thanks to the official cab driver of the Wheels Blues podcast,
Yes.
Bryce Cole.
Yes.
Thanks,
We can't
buddy.
tell you what company is affiliated with until they give us money.
We have
So-
an official cab
Very
driver?
true.
Bryce
yeah, only
is
the driver.
official cab
Only the
driver.
driver.
Okay.
No company, just the
Okay.
driver.
The company is not mentioned until we start seeing some cash.
Yeah, that
mentioning
works
that
for
guy.
me, man.
But you know, Bryce Cole, best cab
Thanks,
driver
buddy.
in Jasper.
Alright.
We use him.
I'm gonna
and
get
his
some
cab
angry.
service.
I'm gonna get some angry comments from other cab drivers probably later.
Well, you
but that's
didn't
fine.
say that. I did. I don't give a
That's,
shit what
that's
people
true.
say.
Yeah, that's fine.
Calling you out, jail.
She's not a cab driver anymore.
Under the
Okay.
bus.
She's not a cab driver
No,
anymore?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving along.
That's all right.
Allegedly. I don't know.
We are name dropping a lot of people on this podcast.
Dude, I play video games all day and work all night. Play video games all day. I don't know what people are doing. My finger is far removed from the Pulse community.
I know. Yeah, we're not in the loop anymore.
No,
know,
I haven't been
This
knuckle
is the
deep in
loop.
this town
This
for a
is
long
the
time.
loop that matters now.
This is the
This
loop that
right here
matters.
is the loop.
This is the loop that I am in.
Everybody wants to be in this loop now.
Nobody
No,
else
they
wants to be.
No, there are people who want to be in
They,
this
they
loop.
will be wanting
Actually, there's
to
a
be in
few.
this loop.
Yeah, we'll get
There's
them
some
on.
hangers on.
There's a
Well,
few
no, I
on
say
it.
no. We dangle that.
Yeah.
We dangle
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah.
don't, you don't just
Supply and
give
demand.
away that. Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Maybe we'll get you on. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
so we've got like 7 listeners now, so no big deal. But like, we'll try and find a spot for you, bud.
Is that what we're supposed to do? Because I've just been kind of offering anyone.
Yeah,
who-
you're
No, you
like,
gotta
you're
dangle,
like,
man. You
he's
gotta
like
dangle.
on his hands and knees, mouth agape,
Yeah.
just like I'll suck your dick.
Why do you think I'm here?
He's just giving it away. I didn't even know about. I didn't even know about the cab driver. He's just giving it away, man.
Well, you
I
should have been in
decided
the
that on way
cab.
here.
That's true.
Yeah. Leave, and then when we're gonna do the show, you come with us.
Yeah, just come up to our end of town, and we'll all hop in a cab together, and then
Yeah.
you can be part of the
That's-
pre-production.
Especially
meeting.
this time of winter, that'd be so shitty. It's all snowy and icy.
All
Like,
uphill.
I gotta
Like,
roll all the way back just to get in a cab. Just come all the way back. Yeah.
Get here. Where's your 250, bud?
Wheels, you got cash?
You're paying, right?
You rolled all the way over here.
I
figured
mean,
this
we
was
are
for you.
going to your place.
We were just gonna walk, but whatever. You rolled up here for us.
It's only prudent that you pay.
Yeah. So next week, just meet up in our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
There and-
Well, I'll meet at, I guess,
we're-
the Yellowheads, because that's the farthest away.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, and it would have to be euros because we can't do it.
I wonder would we
No. It's just to get a cab back.
Yeah,
here.
no, we're still doing the show here. We just
Oh,
want,
right,
if he
right.
wants to get the free cab ride, he's got to
Right.
come out to our
Yeah,
hood.
right.
If he wants to be part of that bit of the conversation.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
5 minutes of pre-production. Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, you got to come to the projects for that.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
fucking conference calling.
Gotta
for
come
that
to the
purpose.
West End.
West
Skweeed.
I know how to
Let's
get a
say-
hold of Bryce. I don't need you guys. I just call him myself.
Hey,
Wow.
you know
Good,
what?
but
When
he-
Bryce is with me, no call, man.
Well, let nothing stop Bryce from picking him up ever.
Just remember, Bryce, when we're all in a cab, I'm the one usually paying. So
doesn't.
yeah,
He-
that's
no.
me.
No.
Yeah, because you got to sit up front. The princess. Fucking Chewbacca over here.
He's
That
out
was
there
gotta be
flashing
the-
his money around. He's got a $5,000 set of wheels right there, and he still gets cabs.
This is like Eric Clancy playing fucking GTA.
Oh my
He's
god,
the
that's the
king of the
worst
cab. He's the king of the cab. You gotta go somewhere. He has all the vehicles. But he's just like, hold on, guys, I'm waiting for the cab to show up. We're like, what? You can't even skip it. It's not like you're playing. You know, he's just like, yeah, just rolling in the cab. We're gonna take our rocket cars over to this place, and I guess we'll see you in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, dude, I played one race with him, and I was like, I don't want to play this online anymore.
Oh, that fucking stupid.
The one time
Do
I
you
played
even
Just Go-
rooftop?
Yeah.
That fucking monstrosity.
Fuck that.
This race, literally, we played this race.
It was over an hour.
The longest I ever remember them was like 3 hours on this one
Holy
race.
Oh my
shit!
God.
3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours.
He's like, he just wants to do stuff that's not fun and gets you frustrated, so that you can just kind of think about what friendship with him was like. It's like, should I say this? I was like, he's not listening.
Oh.
That guy's a beauty, man.
Yeah, he's
That guy-
all fine and good.
That guy's
he's
a
great.
beauty,
He's
man.
a
When he
great guy.
delivered booze, I
Fine,
could call him and say, hey, because like the company he worked for does alcohol delivery for a tip. So I would call him, but then I would say, "Hey man, I also need some smokes. Can you just stop?"
Yeah,
at
some
Max
Export 8
and-
Golds regular, whatever.
Yeah, Export 8 Golds. Can you stop and pick up a pack of Export 8 Golds and I'll pay you? And he was like, "No fucking problem."
Yeah.
And he'd turn up with my smokes, and then I tip him.
Yeah.
I tip him pretty well because he didn't have to do that shit. And then the next time that I ordered beer from him, he'd be like, "How's your smokes?" And I didn't even have to ask. I'd say,
There you go.
"Yeah, grab some, please." And he'd fucking just. That's
Yeah,
why
but he also doesn't have to pick rooftop fuck yourself goddamn races in
Yeah,
Grand Theft
right,
Auto.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? Get GTA 5, get on
Have
his get on his PSN there and fucking play for an hour with him, and then we'll see what kind of tune you're whistling.
Well, I don't have
'Cause it ain't gonna be
GTA 5
Dixie.
on PS4 because Chad has it.
Why does he want to race on rooftops?
But it's you gotta it's
There's like a whole motorcycle thing where like you're pretty much using like it's like dirt biking. You know how you gotta like pop a wheelie and bounce up on shit
like
and
a
fucking
side bike?
trials, like
yeah.
motocross trials.
And it's fucking tedious as shit. And whoever made, actually, I know one of the guys who made a race. I'm not sure if he made that race specifically, but yeah, exactly. And for those of you not watching, well, none of you are watching. Sid did the gun to under the chin, Shawshank Redemption, fucking. Yeah, so
Thanks for blowing the wad.
Apparently
on
somebody
our,
wants to kill
YouTube
themselves.
that's gonna come. We're gonna have a live. Anyway,
blowing the wad. Come, like what are you playing at here?
nah, fuck. Come on, just give me this one.
This is the only one he gets to blow this week.
Oh man, you're sleeping on the couch for that one. Holy fuck! I'm not even have to sleep on the couch. Fuck.
Again, it's a good thing she doesn't
Hank is
listen.
just gonna call you and be like, "You're sleeping on the fucking couch for that one," and you're like, "God damn it,
Justin,
Good. Good.
Holy fuck! You just shut the fuck up and listen when that happens. Let me tell you, we've been over this. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Sluice. I love it.
Your posture gets better. You know, like you just sit right up. And,
What like sluice like a
like
Stop.
like a dam
Sluice,
release
like
like
stop.
sluice?
Didn't you listen to the first episode?
Yeah, like 2
Of course
weeks
he did.
ago.
Yeah.
Dude, I listened to like 8 hours of
Story
podcast a
checks
day.
out. It was 2
Story
weeks ago.
checks out. It was 2 weeks ago.
Actually, technically it was 3 weeks ago because this is the third week.
Yeah, and I also just listened to it last week. So,
Yeah, okay.
dude, because you were
Yeah,
there
so
when I discovered how
listened
to
to it
find
twice.
fucking podcasts on podcast.
It's not that hard.
It doesn't come up when I search it. So stifle yourself, will you?
We're off the rails. You don't need to be looking at the loop to know.
Yeah,
We're
we
off
are
the
off the
rails.
rails.
We're off the
Fuck,
rails.
I'm hearing this one's going off the rails.
Actually,
Because there's 4 of us.
Yeah.
if we can ride the train, are you still using your VR?
Fuck yeah, not as frequently
Yeah.
as I was. They recently had a free VR game that dropped with the PlayStation Plus. Finally, they start upping the game count again. But I actually have not had time to.
Because I was gonna say there is an Iron Man VR game coming out.
I wonder
that
how
sounds
it's
pretty
gonna be.
awesome.
Probably
It
be
does look
fucking.
The Homecoming VR is pretty weird where you swing around.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
played the Spider-Man one?
Yeah, it was weird. It was
Like,
weird.
that
I like my
kinda-
horror shit, so I was
that
like, this is
kinda-
cool, but could
Is that like the motion you do? You guys can't see, but I'm doing the pretend Spider-Man swing. One for this.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks really terrible.
Shooting your
Yeah.
webs.
Yeah, shooting the webs.
Is that what you do? Oh.
It's more like a gorilla
That's how you-
masturbating, but whatever. Shooting the webs.
peeling bananas and stuff.
Yeah, but it looks like just outstrokes though. That dude, it's just.
That would be fucking hard as shit to get used to.
What? Just
How would
wait.
you even do
I don't know,
this?
man. You're telling me you're the one doing them.
I haven't heard enough time playing the fucking.
I only
golf.
stroke one way.
It's different when you're in a wheelchair. You can do it a different way. And we just lost a bunch more
Oh,
listeners.
man.
Oh my god.
Somebody's gotta pick up the slack. I fucking dude.
So.
I'm just stopping myself from making it worse.
Oh man, don't.
So, virtual
no,
reality.
No, but legit, I want to know what is the movement when you're doing the Spider-Man VR?
Come over and find out.
I will come over and find out.
It's all outstrokes.
He did.
I'm telling
You're
you.
like-
I've told you how many times you come and play some VR over at my place. You're like, I'm
It's
too
so-
fat and lazy to go upstairs these days, knowing that you only have to sit there.
I don't want to hurt your back, Precious.
My back's fucked. Come play some VR.
Well, okay.
Hey,
Jesus.
you know what's a great VR game? Super Hot.
Yeah.
Play Super Hot.
Finally beat it. I finally beat it.
I don't know what Super Hot is.
I haven't played Super Hot yet, but
You need to play it.
Yeah.
It's like the game only moves if you move. So like
I'm out.
there'll be guys.
It's true. I legit stand there and I make sure the couch is close enough so that when there's dudes shooting at me, I can dive and fall backwards and shoot guys. Like legit Matrix shit.
So like
that.
the guy
So
comes
good.
at you with like 2 guns, right? And you can just like punch him in the face. And now like there's another bullet coming. You catch the gun that's falling, and you can like the
Block
bullet will
the
just
bullet.
go by you. But you got there could be a guy here. You don't know. Like,
Dude,
you
with
gotta-
shadows.
Oh yeah,
You gotta look.
You gotta have your head on a swivel.
So if you don't like,
And
but every
literally
time
with
you
VR.
look,
Yeah.
the game moves. So like if there's a guy with a gun shooting you, if you look like that, he's already pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
So now you gotta be like, whoa, fuck.
So as long as
dodge
you're
the
not
bullet.
moving, then nothing's happening. So
Yeah,
it starts
right.
and it's just like
You
like
can-
one of them starts with the guy coming at you with a fucking axe, like a hatchet, and you're just kind of like, oh.
So you just punch him in
And
the
you
face.
just gotta, you slowly look down, you're like, oh, okay, there's a bottle here.
Yeah, you just throw it.
And then the knife's up in the air and you catch it and then you whip it at the guy behind
Yeah.
him. It's so
There's-
fun.
and there's
It's like
just
the Matrix in better than any Matrix game that's ever come
There's
out.
just shit lying around. You're just like, yeah, there's like knives and there's throwing stars. You're just like,
Pool balls.
and like as soon as you throw it, they're running at you though. So like you got to make sure you hit them. You're just picking shit up and
So you gotta
throwing
be
it.
fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
no, you gotta
no,
be calculating, man. It's like
Is it
it's
like
it's
slowed down? Is it slow?
if you don't move, the game is frozen.
Okay.
As soon as you move, the action starts.
anything,
So
as soon
you
as
can
you
you can look at something and stop. Nothing's happening. Bullets right there. You can be like, shit, fuck.
And then you're just like,
What do I
So
do?
you stop moving, the bullet's just sitting
stays
there.
Yeah,
there.
time
and then you can
freezes.
just be like, whoop.
And if
then
you
it'll
move
go
slow-
by, and you grab a
Yeah.
thing and
Dude, it's
And
amazing.
I guess you're playing with headphones and stuff. You hear like from like
back there,
You
you'll be
know,
like,
back to
oh,
the right.
shit.
yeah,
but
dude,
as soon as
I've got 3D audio headphones too.
but as soon as
Sick.
you turn, the guns
what
are
am I
in.
doing fucking with my free time?
So it's
Man,
actually like
not coming out of
like,
my
I know,
outside.
well, because I might as
Hey.
well be in a fucking.
Then we need to make some time to play
we
some
could
Super Hot.
we could do
Yeah.
that in an afternoon and then do a podcast at my house kind of thing.
Yeah, we could absolutely do that.
Although we've
That's
already
a good
done the
idea.
talking about Super Hot, so it'll be old news by the time we
Yeah, I
actually
know,
play
but it would be fun for us, and then we could do the podcast after anyway.
Yeah.
The first time I played his fucking VR, he had this whatever that horror game was.
Oh, the Until Dawn spinoff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're like, and you're in like the cellar, and they're like, you know, like you're looking for like the little girl, I think it was. And so like I'm looking, you know, you see like a foot go behind a pillar.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then you know, you look behind you, there's nothing, and then I look to my left, and it's like there's like
Two
three,
girls.
yeah, there's something like right in my face, and I was like, what the fuck? Couldn't
man,
get the
it
hell
scares
out
the
of it.
shit out of
That
you,
scared
yeah.
the
I
shit
couldn't
out of
beat
you.
that game. Shannon fucking beat that game. She's like, I love this
Really?
game.
Like,
I'm just gonna
yeah.
play it all day. She's sitting there. Ah, fuck you, Batman. Fucking pants.
Does she play video games with you?
Sometimes she likes that one. We play Crash Team Racing a lot together.
Right.
I tried to play some like Resident Evil Revelations 2 with her because it's 2-player. And she's like, "Doc, they're fucking running at me. Done." And I was like, "But I'll shoot them for you. I'm here with the gun." Nope, not doing it. Okay.
Nope.
We played Crash to Insanity on PS2 as well, but
I like how Shannon's from Australia, and sometimes I correct her about Australian terms, and she just tolerates my bullshit
dude,
like
she's
that.
been washing maple syrup. Like
She's like,
she's over.
yeah, I was in Brisbane, and I'm just like, yeah, Shannon, it's called Brizzy, and she's like, oh yeah, fuck right.
Dude, when
that's
she
right.
talks to her family, they're like, "What kind of fucking accent do you have?" Dude, when she's serving tables, they think she's from Boston.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, I can see that.
At least she doesn't say, "Ah, crap."
Or like, yeah, nah.
Wicked awesome!
I got a fucking haircut. Got a haircut up in Albany.
You fucking Tom Brady might go? Fine, he ain't gonna fucking
Oh,
go.
shit.
Nowhere,
touch-
fucking
touchy
Tom Brady,
subject.
no.
Ah, fuck
Oh,
you.
fuck it.
Going
Remember
nowhere.
we had the pre-production meeting without Justin where we said, don't bring up fucking Tom Brady.
Wow.
Shit.
That guy
Wow.
deflates footballs.
Whoa.
Tom Brady's good, but he's no Peyton Manning, I'll say that.
No, because
He's
Tom
also
Brady
old
can
and
still
done.
fucking
He's
walk.
old and
I don't
done.
think he's done.
He should be.
He's not done.
Dude, he's old.
He was
He
a-
makes twice as
You
much money.
like Tom Brady. Don't even
Fine,
act
let's
like you
quit.
don't
Walk
like
away.
Tom Brady.
You know,
He's
go
an
home,
asshole,
get
man.
pegged,
He's-
and have a happy wife. Or husband, whatever she is to him.
Wait, what?
There's no evidence that Giselle has a penis.
Well, not that we've seen.
That's why I said there's no evidence that Giselle has a penis.
There should be more.
I agree. I would like some more evidence of Giselle having a penis.
I'm sure you want more evidence.
You do. You love evidence of penises, don't you?
Only Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Ah, fuck! It's right in your bio. I fucking knew it. Oh my
Tom
God.
Brady, buddy.
It is.
Only man
Some
that I
people-
really think I'd fall in love with is Tom Brady.
Some people say it's unnatural and weird.
That I like Tom Brady.
Well, as much as you do.
Have they met Tom Brady? Have you
Well,
met Tom Brady?
Have you met Tom Brady?
I've seen Tom Brady play football. That's enough.
Wow.
I was gonna say
that's all I need.
what kind of restraining order are we talking about?
All I need.
100 feet, full state,
Yeah, what
country.
kind of restraining order do you have?
I imagine it would have to be hefty.
Yeah, pretty hefty.
Off the rails.
Off the
Way off the
Oh,
rails.
man.
That's all right. Let's start talking about some movies because I would like to talk about some movies.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, I don't really have you guys probably more in tune with the movies than me. But I did have a movie I watched that I liked, and it's just I like stupid comedies that aren't hilarious.
Quick aside, just because I was away, I couldn't say it.
just jump right in and just fuck you.
First off, you don't have to have a penis to peg. That's what strap-ons are for. If you really want to see Giselle's penis, then just like Photoshop a strap-on onto her in a dress, and there you go. That'll be the penis that
That's
you use.
literally
hard
the
to
only
pull
way
it
that I'd
back
be able
off
to
the
see
rails.
Giselle's penis. That's
And
really
Sid
true.
shows up and just he's like,
Okay, no. Anyway, so yeah, what movie did you watch?
he
This
put
week?
fucking 3 loonies
can't
on the
just-
train tracks.
You can't
Fucking
just
that was
throw
great.
out pegging
Oh,
Giselle and then
No, it
go
was-
back into movies.
Intentional.
Giselle. She's not the Peg-E.
She
So
would
you
be
can't
the-
say pegging.
She would
Giselle.
be the pegger. Pegging.
That's poor English.
Pegger.
That is kind of poor English.
I don't know
Very
much about
cool.
pegging. Sorry.
Well, fuck it. You got research topic for the evening.
Apparently so. Apparently I do.
Episode 4, the pegging and fisting freak show.
Oh man.
Off the rails.
We watched Deadpool and we pay.
It is International Women's Day.
Oh,
I don't know what pegging is. Well, I
That
guess I
happens
do
in-
know, but
that does happen in Deadpool.
That's in Deadpool they peg on International Women's Day.
Okay, so movies.
Movies.
Movies. There you go. That's
Movies.
Deadpool's
I
a
see
movie.
that you're wearing a Callahan Auto Parts from Sandusky, Ohio.
that's right.
Oh my God! That
Thank
movie,
you, Ad Shirt One.
Oh man,
Just
that
a lovely-
movie is just amazing. It's one of my favorites. It's one of those movies you can watch when you're having a bad time and you just need to. It's like the 2 David Spade and Chris Farley movies are. I mean, it's a shame the guy passed away because they could have made probably 4 or 5 excellent movies. Yeah. You know, the 2 of them, they were just great on screen together.
Tommy Boy or Black Sheep, though?
Tommy Boy.
Yeah, it's gotta
sure.
be Tommy
Yeah,
Boy.
absolutely.
I love
Okay,
Black
yeah,
Sheep,
yeah.
but man, Tommy Boy
Yeah.
was the original, and it was just gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even know what the premise of Black Sheep is.
His brother is going for to be like governor or something.
Yeah, so
Okay.
go on the campaign trail.
But Chris
Okay.
Farley keeps fucking up, and then
As
it
he
gets
does.
back to his brother.
He's like,
Yeah,
he's
at
like
one-
hanging from an American flag or something on the VHS cover of that.
At one point, Chris
Different picture.
At one point, Chris Farley is just like kill Whitey in the movie at like a fucking some big concert, and everybody's like, "Whoa!" And then that gets back to his brother, and his brother's like, "Oh man, I love you, but like, fuck."
So who's David Spade to him in that movie?
I think he's like some kind of
He just
press
works for the
guy
guy's dad.
He
Yeah,
works for
yeah.
his brother. I know
Yeah,
we
yeah.
both-
His brother,
Yeah, we
yeah,
both
yeah.
fucked that up, but yeah. At least I'm not the only one.
Yeah, he's just a PR dude,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I know I've seen the movie, but certainly not as much as I've seen Tommy Boy. Because Tommy Boy,
man.
you think Chris Farley, you immediately think Tommy Boy,
Boy,
fat
yeah.
guy in a little coat.
Yeah. And Almost Heroes was fantastic. Almost
Was
Heroes.
Matthew Perry?
Yeah.
Is that the Lewis and Clark
Yeah,
movie?
yeah. and it is like it was released after he died.
But it's like, yeah, because that's like the Wagons East with
Yeah.
John Candy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, they're filming like this old timey, and then they hit that. I'm not sure if John Candy OD'd. I'm sure he
I think
didn't.
he had a heart.
No, he had a heart attack.
Chris Farley OD.
Because people will like mock me for liking John Candy, which is fucking ridiculous.
That's
ridiculous.
Well, they'll be
really
like,
bad.
"Well, you know, he was a cokehead."
No, he's a Canadian treasure.
Was he ever a cokehead? Like,
I
have
don't
you ever
know.
heard
If
that?
he was, he didn't get skinnier.
It's not like
Well, neither did Chris Farley.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not something I ever hear
Yeah.
about. Like, oh,
Yeah,
John
yeah.
Candy was a huge cokehead.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
no.
Like,
But that
He was just obese.
Yeah, I think so.
Fucking shit happens when you're fat.
You get crap for liking John Candy because you might have done
Not crap for like, but you know how people will be like, oh well, because they don't like the same thing that you like.
They're shaming you for your
yeah,
personal
exactly.
taste.
Like, it was a big cokehead, right? And it's
You
like,
talk to way more millennials than I do, man. I would not.
I
put up
know.
with that
I
crap.
work
That's-
with a bunch of them.
yeah.
It's pretty much all
That's
fucking
fair.
millennials in my work.
That's fair.
As a millennial, how does that make you feel?
It's my cross to bear.
That's how we all.
But I'm
felt.
like I'm right there. I'm right there.
That's how we all felt because I've been saying fucking millennials forever. And
Yeah,
someone
right.
was like, "Dude, you're a millennial."
And you're more so millennial than I am.
Yeah, and I was like,
mean,
and then I was like, "Oh shit."
We're on the wrong side of the generational divide, man.
I think
the Vietnam War had not been over for 10 years when I was born. All right.
But I feel like
Is it over now?
when people say millennial,
Not
they
my
mean somebody with zero work ethic and just expects to get everything handed them with
yeah.
That's what I think when I think, and I'm like, fucking
Yeah.
millennial. I don't think that. I don't expect that at all. Like,
No,
Yeah,
I
no.
just
yeah, the entitled youth.
yeah,
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Working class through and through.
yeah, working class. We're all working class.
The man, I'd like to have money and not have to do anything.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. But I would appreciate it.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
appreciate how I got there, not fucking like, well, of course I have others.
And
Right
we
up
have
until
way
I
more
OD.
time to podcast for all you millennials that are listening to us.
Yeah, right. As we're on this millennial medium.
Okay.
But keep listening to us,
Entertainment.
millennials. You're awesome.
Okay, boomer.
But I guess to jump back on the movies.
Yes, yes.
So was that the movie you were watching? Was Tommy Boy? Is that what?
No, I was gonna say a
Talking about
different
my
movie,
shirt.
but I wanted to talk, and then we got on the Chris Farley thing, and I started talking about Almost Heroes because it's a wicked movie. At one point, he's all alone for some reason in the woods, and he climbs this tree, and like he's got to get this egg, and he's got to bring it back because it's like the only cure to somebody's sickness or something. But he gets down with this egg. He climbs the top of this tree. This bird pecks his eyes out. He climbs down with this egg. He's like, yes, I've got this egg. And then he shoots a buffalo, and he's like cooking the meat for the buffalo. And he looks at the egg in the fucking his bag. He's like, man, that will be good with this meat that I'm frying on. So he cracks the egg, and then he's like, when he looks way back up at the tree, he's got to climb all this fucking. He does that like 2 or 3 times. He just keeps eating this egg instead of taking it home. Man, so funny, man. It's a shame we won't see another one with him. Beverly Hills Ninja was another good one.
Yeah, that was
Beverly Hills Ninja is my favorite Chris Farley movie.
But the movie I watched recently was called Jexy. It's with that Adam Devine guy, and it's where he gets a new phone. But this phone it's got like a Siri on it, but it's like the super advanced, and it seems to be the only phone in the fucking world that's like this, and it just keeps calling him dumb fucking stuff for everything he's doing. He's just like he won't go out and socialize with his friends, and his phone's like, get out and socialize, you stupid antisocial bastard, like you're such a piece of shit. And like he's
So
like,
not a
shut up,
movie that
phone,
anybody
and
at
then
this table would enjoy.
yeah.
I don't know. I kind of stopped listening to what you were saying.
You always do. Anyway, I thought it was a pretty funny movie, but those are the kind of movies I like.
Is that the guy from?
Workaholics.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
that kind of humor,
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Except this phone just calls him a piece of shit for an hour and a half.
Who's the voice of the phone?
Fuck, I can't remember.
Is it like Jason Sudeikis?
No, it's a girl. It's a girl. At one point, she's like, plug me in, and he's like, okay, and he's like, unplug me, and plug me in, and unplug me, and plug me in, and it's like, good job.
What's it called?
Jexy.
I'm gonna write that
Yeah,
down.
write that down. Give it a watch.
Oh, it was supposed to be like Alexa and
Yeah,
Siri
kind
and
of.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Combined, yeah.
But there's got to be a movie, Sid, that you've watched that is really fucked up and just as disturbing and all. Yeah, I'm sure that you watched one earlier today. Yeah.
No, to be honest, I haven't watched a lot of films as of late. I apologize. I know it's in my descriptor there,
That is weird.
but
Have
Yeah,
you ever
no, I've,
seen Thanksgiving?
yes, of course. Who hasn't?
I
think
haven't. I
think
haven't
I've
seen it yet.
Dude, it's the day the turkey gets revenge.
There's
think
like
I've seen
4
it.
of them. I think.
I think there's 3.
There's
I
3.
think it's
Made
3.
3 of those movies.
Do you know of
I
it?
know.
Dude, they made 9 Fast and Furious movies. Why can't there be more Thanksgiving?
It's not all about family and Thanksgiving.
It's also not all about family and cars. So
There's also a
It's
movie called
Thanksgiving. I know.
There's also a movie called Rubber about
Yo, they
I've
murder
seen
tire.
Rubber.
You seen
Oh
Rubber?
my god.
About
Oh.
a tire that murders people.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Wazo does the fucking soundtrack for that. The soundtrack is awesome.
I know. It makes no sense at all.
It makes
Where
no
are you
sense.
watching
That was
these?
on Netflix.
It's on.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
See, you put anything on Netflix, and immediately you're up against The Office for me.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm gonna scroll that shit.
How many times can you watch The Office?
A lot, dude. I am on.
Right.
So they have Pam and Angela have a podcast where they're reviewing the episodes.
Oh my god. Talk about
They're-
hanging on to
they're-
your one shot, eh?
Well, they're hanging on, and so am I, because of course I'm like, well, I'm gonna watch along with them. But then it's like you can't watch one episode of The fucking Office.
Oh, you're
So
right.
now
You
I'm
can't just
right
you can't
back.
even
I'm
watch one.
sucked right back in. I'm probably like on 5, 6, maybe even 7th time through.
Wow.
It's a fucking great show.
What about the IT Crowd? You guys watch that show?
See, now
I've seen
that
that.
is a show.
That's
I
a
can
That
get
is a
behind.
show.
show.
That is
I've
the
seen that.
funniest. That is the
It's a
best,
funny
most
show.
consistent show I've ever
It's
watched.
great.
Every
It's
single
great.
episode is great.
It's just
There's
because
not
it's
a bad one.
English. It's just English
There's-
humor. It's
well-
so dry and fucking.
And there's like 4 seasons. There's
Weird.
like 8 episodes or 9 episodes in every season, and then they just fucking shut her down. That was it.
They
Red
do
Dwarf
kinda
is
do
really
that
good,
for
too.
really short,
Yeah,
sure.
and
They
it was
totally
gold, man.
Have like a short run of shows.
The
on
IT
there.
Crowd's.
Because you don't need to go fucking 15 seasons.
No.
It usually kind of makes. Look at The Simpsons, man. They should have stopped at 12. Maybe.
Fuck
maybe.
that shit, man. Because I'm watching Simpsons on Disney Plus right now, and I'm getting to those upper
Yeah,
seasons.
I'm on season 15 right now, and I'm like,
They're
eh.
not that bad.
No, there's some good
There's
stuff in there. You
some-
gotta sift.
You
It's
got
just
some-
sifting.
like
I'm just going
like the Boyhood
episode 1
episode
to episode
was
N.
good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Conan O'Brien and like
Yeah.
fucking
And
George Meyer anymore. It's
No, and the douche
Whoever.
canoes that came up, like, I don't know. I miss Homer being an idiot, but not being an asshole. Homer became an asshole like 10th
Well,
season.
he
Like a
became, like-
legit, like, I fucking don't like my family and I will do whatever I can to make their lives worse. Like, Homer,
He became-
I like Homer just being a bumbling oaf who had, like, honest love for his family. And he's just a
Is
fucking
his-
monster.
He's
He's
still
in
he's
10.
back to being like that. a
Is he
little
now?
bit.
I
Yeah,
have because I stopped watching that show around like season 20 and was like, I'm fucking done with this.
Is season 10 right around the time when Family Guy came out? Because I feel like that's probably the correlation with.
yeah, you know,
like,
probably.
when did the
Simpsons and
movie
Family Guy.
come out?
That's also when they had new producers too, like the
Okay.
new producers
When
that are
Simpsons
still with
movie?
it.
What
Yeah.
Family Guy movie?
no, the Simpsons
Family Guy
movie.
movie.
Yeah, there's never been a
That-
Family Guy movie.
Yes,
Well,
there
there
has.
kind
I
of
guess
was.
you
There
could-
kind of
could-
was.
yeah.
What?
The Stewie Griffin story.
Well, yeah, I guess they do the
Where
Star
he
Wars
becomes, he
booth.
goes, he's like when Stewie's an adult.
No, that's.
Was it-
I think that's.
It's
That's
like a
just-
3-episode.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it was
arc.
a movie originally.
I remember you bought that.
Yeah,
I
it
remember
came
when
as a-
you bought that. You bought that in Hinton.
Yeah, it came as like a DVD.
Yeah,
as
it
a
had like
movie.
the tire
but that-
shot kind of weird
Yeah.
front thing. It
No,
was
but
weird.
that was like episodes they just spliced together, wasn't it? They
later,
just
but
kinda-
originally it was a
was
movie.
it originally? Okay.
Yeah.
Because, well, I mean, so do you like Family Guy better than do you like The Simpsons?
No.
No.
Really?
No.
No, not at
No,
all.
no.
You
because-
watch Family Guy at all? Like
Yeah.
new Family
Yeah.
Guy?
Whatever's on Netflix.
I never
I-
go.
Well, whenever you know there's a new season coming in, so I guess like the fall, that's when.
Yeah, you get like the
previous
2
season.
years ago season.
Yeah, you get a little bit behind the
It's like
times.
2
and I don't
years,
really
I think.
care.
Disney Plus is going to rectify that once
Yeah.
they sort all that shit
They'll
out.
sort
no
it out.
way Family Guy's gonna be on Disney Plus. There's
Fox.
No, because
Yeah,
they're
but
premium. They're premium. There's going to be like a premium tier.
And
You think
I'll
Disney's gonna
fucking
do
buy
that?
it.
I
Yeah,
absolutely.
there's gonna
Why
be
not? It's a
HBO Mickey.
I fucking hope so.
I haven't watched any of the old Mickeys just because I don't want to get Tom into it because I know like you're gonna see like those 2 black rows and it's just gonna be like why do they talk like that? And it's gonna be like, well,
Dude, they,
you know, Walt Disney hated the Jews
No,
and
that's what
others.
you just go. Here's a book on John Crow and the air in the South.
they just
Now you get back to me. We'll watch this again. We'll have a discussion.
Jim Crow, buddy. Jim
Man,
Crow.
I watched
Whatever.
Whatever.
I put on Peter Pan for Bruce the other day, and I was like, "Whoa, there is a lot of fucking racist shit going on." in this fucking movie.
yeah.
I'm
Up
like,
until, like,
wow,
this-
but
up until,
no
like,
way
the-
this would fly. And like, the only reason like they shouldn't censor it, they shouldn't get rid of it. There's
No,
no,
they shouldn't.
They shouldn't. It should. It was.
That's what it
It's an
was.
indication
Yeah,
of what it
yeah.
was at the time.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone.
That's why you got to remake all that shit.
Yeah.
You know now. You know, and I
Exactly
think
the same.
is that why they're making all these fucking live action
No,
remakes?
they're making
No,
it
because-
to erase their
No.
racist
No,
past.
No, they're
no,
doing
no.
it for this.
Nostalgia.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Capitalizing on nostalgia. Look at
The "Make It Rain" money sign
do-
was just being made.
Yeah, you do one thing about people like pulling on people who are our age now. Like when they were a kid, they watched this movie. You pull on that string, and all of a sudden you want to fuck. You're like, wow, I haven't seen that. I want to see
I've gone and see 2 live-action Disney movies, and the first one was Beauty and the Beast, and I'm like, this is legit, scene for scene, frame for frame. I like the cartoon. Why the fuck would I watch this?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, Aladdin, it might be cool. Okay, Will Smith did all right as,
Aladdin's
okay, but
fill in Robin
Aladdin's
Williams'
better than
shoes.
Beauty and the Beast.
But at the same time,
I
the
didn't.
fuck am I watching
They're
this
just doing it for
for?
the sake of. See, that's why I didn't see The Lion King.
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Like I'm just like,
The Lion
why?
King-
Like, and you know what? I wasn't even watching like Disney movies really when those were coming out. Like Aladdin, I don't think I've ever seen the cartoon Aladdin,
Yeah.
just because
I've seen it a
why?
million times. Yeah.
Fucking Mulan, all that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
But then, like, Jim Carrey should have been the genie, man. Like, it was just, he's supposed to be a goofy guy, and like Will
I don't
Smith,
think Jim Carrey would ever do a Disney movie, though.
Yeah, he probably would. Like,
He did Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, Sonic.
Which
is
I heard
not
was
a Disney
dope.
movie though.
which I
Yeah.
heard was awesome.
It's
I heard
$100
it was
million
awesome.
weekend, man.
I
The highest
have-
grossing
like-
video game movie.
Yeah, I
ever.
heard it was
Yeah?
actually a really good movie.
I have
like,
opinions about Sonic the Hedgehog. The movie.
Yeah, thanks for
Well,
calling me to go
that's-
see it, eh?
I
was sweet
didn't.
of
I
you.
didn't. I didn't go.
What, did
Yeah,
you like it?
Whatever, I did.
Did you like it?
No.
You didn't, eh?
Because you're a huge fan of the video game, and you were like,
Yeah, but you like Man of Steel,
Yeah.
so I can't.
You've
really
never
take
played
your
it.
opinion.
okay, you know what? This is fucking bullshit, man. Those fucking movies. Do we want to get into
No,
this?
we don't want to get into that. We
We want to
already.
get because I got a little note of DC versus Marvel.
I was
Here.
expecting just a big "fuck you, Tyson" or something.
I got a
little note about
man.
this here.
To the S in Tyson is the Superman logo.
Man, that's what's on my fucking chalkboard at home when I walk in the fucking doors.
Oh, yeah? Because you're a man of
Superman?
steel, are you?
No.
Are you?
No, fuck you, Tyson.
because it's a great.
You still have it? She wrote that in Sharpie, didn't she?
No, it's erasable. You can't or non-erasable. That's
Yeah,
the
that's what I said.
one.
Sharpie.
Erasable. That's what I mean.
It's erasable, so it's still up there because I'm
Erasable.
self-loathing.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that to you on your
No,
board?
I'm just fucking kidding it.
It would be fun.
So next time I'm at his house, I tell you, I'll put it up there.
Yeah. You know what I like to write on my calendar is like International Give Tyson 20 Kisses Day, and then I'm like, if we're standing there, I'm like,
Does
oh,
that ever-
fuck.
does that
Look
ever
what-
work?
Look, yeah, she's like, well, fuck, it's on the calendar, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Fuck, I
You know,
hope
like-
I'm there when he tries to pull that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be like, well, it's on the calendar.
Yeah, like I just pick an arbitrary.
I
date.
got this one. Ain't good.
Yeah, don't you worry. Oh, thank fuck, she walks away.
Yeah.
Tyson just
I
starts
just pick
cowering.
arbitrary, like, oh yeah, Bruce gets 25 hugs today, and I'm like, hey Bruce, you get 25. Look, it's the fucking day. And he's like, holy shit, that's awesome.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Said that,
I just write random things on like a random because like Inga writes like dates, like whose birthday and stuff. I just like to fucking sneak in there and write shit, and then
Yeah.
when she's looking at the calendar, she's like, ah, fuck. Like Jesus, what the fuck?
So why the fuck do you hate fucking Superman so much?
Oh, fuck, I don't hate Superman. I still
Ah,
like Man of
Superman's
Steel.
fucking lame.
Still like Man of Steel. I didn't really like Justice League either.
Justice League was awesome.
I didn't like it that much.
I haven't watched any of the Marvel movies because they all probably suck. So
I like
Well,
You're
but
mistaken.
But Marvel has some movies that aren't really that like some of them. Are,
but at least there's a fucking continuity. Like,
yeah, it's a coherent.
who's fucking Iron Man? What's his name?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. was Iron Man in Iron Man 1. And now that he's Iron Man in Endgame, every single one of those fucking movies is the sequel of Iron Man 1 to me.
Mhm.
Now, I haven't seen all of them. I'm in the process of watching them. And I mean, they're all right.
They're
but
pretty good. Like some of them are better than others.
I see, but for me, I sit down and I watch this movie and I'm constantly like, who the fuck is that? Who's this?
Yeah.
Why are they important? Where I watch a DC movie and I know I have a general idea of who all these people are.
Yeah, but if there was like 25 DC movies, like there's 25.
Well,
whatever
but they
Marvel
can't
movies.
do it because everyone's always there's no continuity. Because now we're getting a new Batman.
Yeah, but they've tried.
And Henry Cavill is always like, well, I don't know if I want to be Superman now. It's like, no, motherfucker, you're fucking Superman.
Yeah. They
Fuck this shit. You have like a 20 movie deal
Do you
and
really
you're
think
and, like,
that
how many-
Henry Cavill has been like, no, I don't want all that money and I don't want all that merchandise and fame. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
it's
I've
people-
read on the internet that I hate saying that. I read on the internet.
I read on the
could
most
cite several
reliable-
websites. www.imahack.com.
But you know, you see headlines and it's like Henry Cavill possibly out as Superman amid Ben Affleck, you know, contract, you know, shit like that. There was never like a whoa, Chris Evans might not be fucking Captain America in this one.
Yeah.
No, there was
Yeah.
like
Well,
everybody was all in.
There was a Spider-Man Sony fight, so like, Spider-Man might not be part of
Spider-Man
it.
is just a clusterfuck.
Yeah, but it was like,
fucking,
he might not be part of the MCU from now. And then that was like 2 months of like
Yeah, 'cause
everyone
Sony was
freaking out
happy.
about it. And
But
then,
he's
and then
just-
they came to an agreement, and now everything's fine. He's going to be back in the MCU.
But so
Marvel
Spider-Man
movies brought to you by Sony Pictures. Like,
is Spider-Man like as? Do you think
See,
Spider-Man is
Spider-
as big as Superman?
no, Spider-Man.
Do you think it matters?
Spider-Man
yes.
suffers from the same.
Yeah, it does.
He suffers from the same problem as DC with the
There's-
different actors and the reboots. So it's now another reboot, another reboot,
And there's
Like,
not enough standalone movies.
There is probably
Spider-Man-
3 superheroes in the world that everybody knows: Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman. And
Two
maybe
DC
maybe
characters,
Iron Man now. Maybe Iron Man now.
Oh yeah, no, Iron Man now
Maybe
is,
Iron
is
Man
probably
now.
the most. I went to the Marvel exhibit at the TELUS World of Science in Edmonton.
Oh, I
It
want to
was
go there.
fucking
so bad.
awesome. But and there
Sounds
was
really
the
cool.
actual clothing from the movies was there, and I could
Cool.
see it. And
That's
like
dope.
it said, like here's the one from, and like a lot of the costumes, I'm like, it's just fucking costumes. Like they make it look all cool with CGI and shit.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at it, you're like, wow, the fucking Thor costume's just leather and metal. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Still though, if
But
I
it-
saw the Superman outfit, I'd be like,
yeah, but like
yeah,
they
all
had
bagged
the
out,
Captain
hanging loose from a
America.
wire hanger in
But
a
they had
dark
all the
closet.
fucking Iron
That's
Man
right.
suits there. They had
That's right.
the Iron Man suits. So you,
man flew in that.
you could walk around to all the fucking see all the costumes. There was nobody there. You went to the Iron Man one. There was a fucking line. You had to
Cool.
fight to see the suits.
Well, because Iron Man's an attainable superhero. You could be a rich douchebag too if you just snub everybody you love.
Batman's the same.
That's
the
why
same
Batman's the best
superhero.
superhero. You can totally be Batman.
And he
It's
loves
not
no one.
the-
Yeah, no, you have to have rich dead parents.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Oh no, I'd take that.
The
over
best part
anything.
about Iron Man is
Wow.
the characters.
Do we know that Superman's parents weren't rich? I mean, he was on a government council.
Well, they were
So he was a
farmers,
baby.
so
he wasn't
they
on the
either-
government council. He
No,
was,
but his fucking Jor-El was. Jor-El was like he was.
I thought he was like
he was like their head scientist.
His
guy.
parents own their soul to Monsanto. They're farmers in Kansas, guy. Get with it. They are not wealthy, but they are not poor. They buy $1 million tractors with somebody else's.
That's very true. That's very true. They're what America thinks is poor.
I had two
Yes.
things to say. I saw a funny comic today on the internet where Superman's parents are in bed and little Superman's crying, and Superman's dad's like, "Oh man, having a kid sucks." And then his wife's like, "What do you think we should do?" And then the next scene is like a rocket going to Earth, and then the next scene is like him in the Fortress of Solitude saying like, "Yeah, our planet totally blew up." And then, so I thought that
Sorry,
and then-
kid. We love you.
And then the second thing I want to say is I also I think it's
Let's go to Lake Krypton and hang
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I think it's on Crave TV. There's a show called Krypton.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I don't know about it. I never watched
It's
it.
bad. Don't,
Is it
don't-
really?
Yeah, don't
I
watch
found
it.
it.
it's Superman's grandfather.
I know,
Who
but
gives a shit?
yeah, but I read the description. I'm like Superman's grandpa. I'm like, fuck, that's kind of cool. It's like, but I don't know. I never watched it.
I was only into it because I didn't like it really.
So you loved it.
I didn't like it, but the design for Brainiac's on it, and it's the coolest like live action Brainiac
See,
design.
I always forget that he's
You mean the
fucking
only,
Kryptonian.
right?
yeah,
Only
actually, yeah,
live
yeah.
action Brainiac.
Well, I guess they're technically. There's another shout out for this god awful show. There was technically a Brainiac on Smallville, but
Wasn't Brainiac supposed to be in Man of Steel? Like, wasn't that supposed to be his fucking ship that was lodged in the ice? Wasn't that supposed to be
Do
Brainiac?
you remember at the end of Man of Steel when all the whatever machine Zod is using to terraform the Earth? I'm pretty sure that was Brainiac.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that machine was like the Brainiac supercomputer or whatever. And probably the Man of Steel sequel would have been like that machine coming back online and turning into Brainiac.
Because who's that guy at the end of fucking Justice League?
Which guy?
Who's that character? There's like the fucking credits roll, and then it's like Luther's on a cruise ship, and then some dude walks up and is like, is it like Darkseid? Darkseid?
No, it's Lex Luthor and Deathstroke.
That's it. So he's supposed to be like the next big villain.
Okay,
We're
you
all-
guys are fucking pussies.
We're all
Oh, no, I didn't know that's
Sid's
what...
trying to pour shots.
I totally didn't know that's what you meant. Sorry. I thought you meant something else. I do want more of that. I thought you
I
meant
don't want
something.
anybody. I gotta work in the morning, man.
Yeah, so do I. I'm just a man.
I gotta use my brain, okay? You guys just do like plumbing and building houses.
Holy
Okay, excuse
fuck.
me?
Holy fuck.
Excuse
Wow.
me?
Holy fuck.
You just
Whoa.
do plumbing and building houses?
Whoa.
Justin, we're gonna do the podcast at your house next week, but you can't come.
Yeah.
I mean, at
wow.
your studio. I mean, your studio at where we have a studio. It's professional.
Yeah, and downtown Greenwich Village here, and
No, it's at the west end of our small town.
whatever.
East End.
Is this the west end?
Yeah.
This is the red
This is
part
the
of
East
town.
End. I can't remember if on the website if I wrote west or east.
Yeah, I just wish Marvel or I wish DC would get their fucking shit together and have proper shoulder movies like fucking Marvel does.
No.
So it all feels like one. This fucking Suicide
agree.
Squad stunk.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit who you are, and I haven't seen the Harley Quinn movie.
No.
But there's no. Where's the Flash?
You know what?
Where's
Yeah,
the
cares about
fucking
the
where?
Flash?
Give me another standalone Superman
So,
movie.
so you have Justice League and then you have the Flash in it. But then you have a TV show of the Flash on Netflix that airs for like 2 seasons.
No one's fucking watching
but
that
then
shit.
you don't even use the same actor. You use a different actor. Why the fuck did you even have the show?
Yeah, it's always different
Yeah.
fucking people.
Yeah,
it's
like,
always
so-
different, and the shoulder programming is
Yeah.
just not.
And I mean,
it's not up to snuff.
Aquaman was okay, but like, man,
And Wonder
Justice
Woman,
League-
I'm sorry, I
didn't
watched it.
It was probably my Aquaman was probably my favorite, and then probably Wonder Woman. And
Aquaman
then-
was alright. I just did not enjoy Wonder Woman because I just felt like it was being forced down.
She saves the Allied powers in World War One.
I didn't. You know what? Wonder Woman, like
So?
No man's land.
Yeah.
She changes the course
So-
of human events.
Let
We
me
wouldn't
ask you
know any
this.
different, so what the fuck does
Yeah.
it matter to me?
Wonder Woman was okay because she's pretty hot. So
Wow.
I mean,
You
On-
see,
on
I know,
International
you're not-
Women's
yeah,
Day.
on International Women's Day. But that's not why you're supposed to be watching.
And you're
the
going
movie.
home to your wife and
Right?
kid, eh?
hey man, I'm just
You're a
speaking-
lucky
I'm just-
man with comments like that.
She doesn't listen to this
Holy
anyway.
Oh, yeah,
She
you're right.
doesn't
She doesn't
She
listen
doesn't
to
even
this.
know.
That's fine. I
She has
guess.
no
Oh,
idea.
Shannon's gonna listen to this. She's gonna be like, oh,
Is that
fuck,
why-
he's laughing so loud?
Is that why you have a sign said, "Yeah, I agree, she is super hot," but you're not saying it? Is that why you're holding up this
I don't
sign?
even know who plays her. I never saw the trailer for that movie.
Gal
let alone the
Gadot.
movie. Okay.
Who is a
that-
beautiful woman? But I mean,
Wait,
that's
what?
not
What's her name?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
She's from Israel.
Yeah,
Her
she's
first name is
Israeli.
Gal, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm sure it's short for like something
Yeah,
really
that's
like
West,
Middle
that's West.
Eastern,
That's not
but
true. That's her name. That's not.
no one's fucking name is Gal. I'm sure
Why
it's
not?
something. Do you know what
Why?
Steve Carell's last name is?
What? Corelli?
Corelli, yeah, because he's Italian.
Okay, so
But people
all he
don't really
got-
hire
all-
Italians.
All he-
Not unless you're in a Scorsese
Is that
movie. So maybe she's like, yeah, just call me Gal Gadot because her name is like.
Don't even go there.
Yeah. I guarantee you there's at least 4 vowels in a fucking row in her fucking name, alright? And that's not
True.
right.
Truth one.
Just
Fact
tweet
check.
the truth.
What is
Yeah.
Gal Gadot's real name?
Follow at True One and he'll tell you what her real name is.
Guys, it is. I did put on the website. It is the movie director or producer, TV producer, whatever. Greg Daniels. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
And
this kid's giving away titles, man. The cab driver, producer.
Yeah, well, just because you weren't in the cab, guy.
I didn't even know there was a cab guy.
How do you think?
No,
we
in
get
the
here?
cab, comma, guy.
That's cab.
Is that we're not talking
I mean,
about
they
a
didn't
cab
drive.
guy?
He's got a bottle of Big Witney.
I'm
I'm
calling
calling
you
you gonna
responsible.
drink it on the way
We
here.
don't drink and drive here. We're responsible. We're very much against it. That's
Also, it's
why we
like
took a
5
cab.
blocks, so grow the fuck up.
That's why
Yeah.
we took a cab.
Okay, so we were just talking about all these films here. What are your guys' thoughts on this whole PlayStation production thing to bring it circle back to video games
Wait
here?
a minute. What is this?
Okay, so PlayStation Productions is the film production company that is going to be producing PlayStation IPs into film and television.
Did you see the?
Whoa.
Like
Did you
all
see-
like select ones or
Well, The Last of Us,
I
that
immediately-
looks so cool.
the
That's
Twisted
excited
Metal
about that.
television series that
what,
is.
that-
what are
that's
they
the thing
gonna
too?
do for that?
I'm immediately intrigued.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
A
cool.
Twisted Metal TV series?
Yeah, and the Uncharted abortion. Because that has gone through what, like 5 fucking directors?
That's filming
They
next month.
can't. Yeah, with what, like a rotating cast of try-hard directors? Like,
No,
what
it's-
are they doing?
I don't know who the director is, but it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know it's Tom Holland and
Yeah.
fucking Mark Wahlberg as fucking Drake and Sully.
Yeah.
That's weird. Tom Holland shouldn't be Drake.
So
Yeah.
Mark
It's
Wahlberg,
a-
Mark Wahlberg's
it's a
what?
prequel.
Sully?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Yeah, it's gonna be like between Drake.
We gotta get this
3
fucking
and-
idol. I don't understand what you're fucking doing. You're walking around. I don't understand what you're doing. We gotta get the fucking
Ah,
idol.
yeah, he's not. Where's
Where's
that?
Donnie?
come
Don't
on,
let
kid.
fucking Donnie out by himself. He
I
doesn't
had
know
to
his
be
way
up
back
at 4
home.
a.m. for prayer time.
So yeah, that's happening, and I did, like that movie's gone through so many fucking directors.
So what? So Twisted Metal is about a fucking insane clown.
No,
Right?
that's not at all what it's about.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
That was it.
it's about no.
Can't they make a Vigilante 8 movie?
Oh my god, I wish they'd make a new Vigilante 8 game.
Yeah,
Vigilante
yeah.
Fuck me, that was the best card. Like Twisted Metal was sick, but Vigilante 8 was like,
Vigilante 8 was dope.
you guys are fucking not doing car combat correctly. And Vigilante 8 came out.
I thought Gran Turismo was the best car game.
Dude,
Oh,
it's
fuck,
okay.
that's- it's too
All right, so
realistic. It's too
a
realistic.
racing sim, not car combat.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Combat?
Explain the difference.
Okay,
Racing
well,
sim,
in
car
Well, I
one,
mean, it's a
Do
pretty
you
drive
need that
around-
explained? Do you need the
It's for
difference
the
explained?
podcast. I'm trying to inform
Oh,
the
fair
viewers.
enough.
Okay, what's the
Fair
difference between car combat and racing sim?
Well, in a racing sim, you drive a car around a track,
Okay.
avoiding your opponents and
Okay.
attempting to pass them.
Okay, where's the guns in this situation?
That's not how I play
Only
racing
in the
sims at
hotel
all.
room after you
Mounted.
lose. And then in car
Wait a minute,
combat,
hang on. I feel
Oh.
like there's some kind of combat. Okay.
This is a very sarcastic explanation, and I just like to preface this by saying I'm not very good at racing sims, and I crash into cars.
do you think our
So it's
3
not
listeners
really-
will
That
That
doesn't
understand
make
the
it car
sarcasm?
combat, though.
It's not
Just because you're a
any
shitty
different.
driver doesn't
You should
make
be
it
the
car
best
combat.
driver of us all.
Why?
Because GTA
Why?
5, I guess, would be car combat. Well, no, that's a bad example.
And racing.
Yeah, because you could shoot guns out of your car
yeah.
and run people over.
I just can't fucking drive in those games. That's why I prefer the Red Dead, because
You
I'm just
don't
not a
adhere
horse.
to the
Dude, I
it's-
fucking crash my horse into trees all the goddamn time.
How do you crash?
You don't
the
even need
horse?
to be. You could
Well,
be
it's
running.
probably because I shoot them when they're not running fast enough.
Oh, fast. That'll do it. I'll shoot you in the
Well,
neck.
they don't give you a riding crop. I got to do something to get them going.
That's very true.
Anyway, so car combat would be, cars with guns on them, and the object is to blow up the other cars.
So, like in Batman Arkham,
Don't ever
City?
bring that fucking
Arkham
garbage
Knight,
up.
he has a car.
Whoa.
He shoots with the car.
Whoa.
He kills people.
Yeah,
with the
and you
car.
can't beat that game and get the end video unless you do all that shit
I've
garbage
already.
car.
I've
Good for
clearly done
you.
it.
I
Clearly,
fucking got
I've done
so
it.
upset with how goddamn shitty that is. That's not car combat. That is gamer torture. Okay, so
Arkham Knight? Is it Arkham Knights?
yeah,
Yeah, it's Arkham Knight.
the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
car combat that's necessary.
The
You have to
battle
100% that game to see the ending video. And I was like, wow.
See, I tried playing those games. Whenever they're free on PS Plus, I tried to download them. And then it's like, I just don't have fun playing those games.
See, I like the first one, man. Arkham Asylum is like a 3D Metroidvania. It's good. I really like it.
Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Is that a cross between Metroid and Castlevania?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
like Super Metroid and like Castlevania. What I think 2 and 3, you started getting maps and shit. Maybe it's 2 Simon's Quest. Yeah, that's pretty sure you had that one. Anyway. Okay, so anyway, car combat, you get guns on your car and you blow up other fucking cars.
You're
and
driving around mountains and
yeah,
shit.
fucking
up and
launching over
down and-
buildings.
Yeah.
And again, Vigilante 8, man.
This
Like, it
doesn't
was so
sound
aesthetic.
any different to
Yeah,
how I play
Like
car
the
games.
the
You're
wheels
playing Gran
reacted.
Turismo. You're fucking shooting.
If you
people from
if you wanted to play a racing game, I would have said play San Francisco Rush.
Oh god, with the force feedback
man.
wheel.
There's so many secret spots in those
Oh
games.
my
man.
god.
I
Yeah, San
love
Francisco
that.
Rush paired with Vigilante 8. It's all you need for cars. Fuck that Gran Turismo
Man,
Ferrari.
I used to
bullshit.
rent-
I Gran Turismo 3, I got
I hated
90,
those
98% because they took races out, the drift races out, so you couldn't get 100% in the North American version.
I used to rent San Francisco Rush from the video stop. Like,
Dude, I had
At
that on
least
the
once
PS1
in high school
back
had
when
it,
Midway was a
and-
company.
So is San Francisco Rush a car game? or
Yeah,
is
Yeah.
it-
It's a racing game.
but you can free roam a little bit though. Like, you just kind of drive around and hit jumps and fuck around and.
The fuck was that?
Yeah, what was that?
I'm sorry if you're hearing low guttural noises out
That's
there
just-
in
that's just-
podcast land.
There's a ghost. Sorry.
Hopefully that gets picked up as background noise and Tyson can remove it. It's just
I'm gonna
growling
edit
my
that into every
dissatisfaction.
5 minutes.
just
Oh fuck! Did I fuck it up already?
so yeah, basically this dude Calypso is I can't remember the gist of how and why he's running this competition.
Was there a gist to that game?
Dude, there was
Oh
a
man, we
brief
played it in
storyline.
high school, stoned out of our trees.
Oh yeah, fuck, no, like who cares about the story? But you got an ending video where you go up to Calypso and you're like, "There, this is what I want," and Calypso grants it to you. Ooh. And it's like, thank God. So that's why that pedophile clown with the ice cream truck was trying to get to the top for whatever the fuck he wanted. I can't remember what any of them wanted, but yeah. So that was the whole thing. Like you had Grim, I think. I can't remember what he was. He was the motorcycle dude. You had Warthog, who was like the old crazy fucking Vietnam vet who still had issues. You had the guy in the Volkswagen who was like this fucking acid-washed hippie dude. Oh man, you had Axel, who was the military guy that I think it kind of felt like he was like trying to play on Jax from Mortal Kombat because his arms were wheels.
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
There's like Shockwave and oh man, yeah, no, that game was sick.
That game was really fucking good.
I remember driving around in like Twisted Metal 2 and you could get like a front, like a first person view. You could unlock, or maybe it was a passcode that did it, but they had the dashboard like animated. So you go in and I remember driving around as Thumper and he's got like this pink lowrider and there's like the dashboard and there's like a handgun and an ice cream cone, I think, on the dash. And just driving around suburbia like, yeah, this is nice. This is cool. No, I don't like those people in that house. Bop, 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 bop. Like, but I don't know how they'd make that a series. Like, car combat's got to be hard to do without heavy CG. And heavy CG nowadays, like, man, you got to have a high budget for it not to look shit, I find. Because they'll go like, hey, it's hyper realistic until there's movement. And then it's like, it looks like there's tracers and fuzz and I don't know about that. The Last of Us series, I was like, why are they doing this? Like, why? Why
are they doing like
these are why are they making extensions to video games? I know video games are now like the biggest market in the world for entertainment, but like, I didn't want this shit before. I don't know how they made 2 Tomb Raider movies with Angelina Jolie. Let alone
I know.
movies?
Pick me. I know the answer.
Yeah,
No,
it's called
you don't
freeze
know.
frame.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
answer.
why. It's called Angelina Jolie's in a bikini.
The second one was
amazing.
actually slightly better than the first, but still not good.
I feel like
Wasn't
the first
wasn't
one
John
better.
Voight in one of them?
Well, her daddy.
Yeah, he's their
Her
dad.
daddy.
Yeah, he plays her daddy.
He's
in
her
the-
daddy.
Wow, that must
Daddy.
have been really easy to act. He didn't even have to act. Jeez.
John Voight, Angelina Voight.
And that's
So, hey, Daniels, do you think if your brother, when's the next time he's going to be in town? Like, I know he's a long ways away.
Hard to say. I think we push
July,
the panic
right?
button. I don't know if he'll be up here in the
He
summer.
usually comes in July.
Yeah, he usually comes. I don't know. You know what? We were talking about it.
Why don't you just
At
guilt him
Fruit
into, like,
One,
not seeing
fact
his
check.
nephew?
When are you coming?
Well, because it's usually me guilting myself into reasons why I don't want him to be near.
You have to kill yourself into those?
We have a good relationship via phone, and I don't want to fuck that up.
Okay, well, because if he comes, he's going to be on the show.
Oh, he's definitely gonna be on the show.
yeah, because he's
Alright.
he's got a free pass into the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know.
And then you're really gonna fucking hear it. You're gonna fucking
Oh,
hear it about
man.
Tom
Like,
Hanks.
I'm looking forward
You're
to
gonna
it.
fucking hear it about fucking Man of Steel.
Oh,
Buddy,
man.
he's gonna.
You're gonna hear about it because of your fucking face.
Well, I don't like Tom Hanks from Man of Steel, so.
Oh,
He's
Christ!
He's
I
gonna get
fucking love Tom
pages of.
Hanks.
What about the
Smallville,
new Top
pages.
Gun movie?
Oh, I don't even want
Yay, nay.
No,
No,
hang on.
no.
I haven't seen it.
Well, then it's not even out yet.
Oh.
But are you
It's
excited?
It's a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I...
Yes?
No.
I don't know.
Fucking idiots!
I don't like Top Gun.
I mean, I don't know. I like Top Gun, the
I
first
don't
one.
like Top Gun.
You just don't like planes?
Man,
I
it's
just don't like
pretty
Top
good.
Gun.
Imagine what they can
No,
do.
but do you not like fucking seeing planes in action?
Yeah, of
Because
course.
they
That's
can-
what Ace Combat
Have
video
you
games
seen
are
the
for.
fucking trailer for the new
It looks
Top Gun
good.
movie?
It looks good.
It looks fucking amazing.
I-
It's good.
And if it was just planes flying, it'd be fine. But there's
I wanna fly over this
Cruise
table
in that
right
movie.
Did you guys watch Hot
Come
Shots?
at me. What are you?
I loved Hot Shots.
Hot
Ed
Shots
loved
is
it.
back. Hot
You know
Shots
the
is
guy
better
with the
than
fish
Top
eye he
Gun.
sees in fish eye?
Oh.
Hot Shot.
That's 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I never really made that connection.
Have you seen Hot Shots?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Man,
With
Hot
Charlie
Shots is-
Sheen?
It's like
Not a comedy guy.
it's all those like.
When do you see me laugh?
What the fuck are you doing
right
here?
It's probably my favorite one of those spoof movies. Like it's not Airplane, it's not Naked Gun, it's Loaded Weapon 1. It's like where at one point it's Val Kilmer's in it, and he goes and they're investigating a murder in a house, and his chiefs like they're it's like the one guy's Mel Gibson, the one guy's Danny Glover, but it's Val Kilmer and some other guy, and the one guy he there's like a fax machine and he doesn't have a shirt on and he's like, just hang on a second, and he's like beep, 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 on the fax machine and a shirt comes through on the fax and he puts it on and like they just continue a conversation like nothing's out of the
They
ordinary.
don't make spoof movies like they did. In
that was good. That was
late
just
80s, 90s. Sid is
that
not
was
out
Airplane and Naked Gun. Oh no, I love Leslie Nielsen movies for sure, 100%. I love that shit. I don't like slapstick comedy now. But if it was shit that I watched when I was a kid, I can get into it.
Would you watch the original Three Stooges and
yeah.
find it hilarious?
Yeah.
like they
But
tried,
it's funny because it's situational. I don't know, man. Like
And it also came out in like the 40s, so that's kind of like.
I also
the
find
comedy of the
Abbott
time.
and Costello funny.
Yeah.
they did
absolutely.
pretty good with this with like Scary Movie, the original Scary
The
Movie.
first one.
The
Scary
first
Movie
one.
1 and Scary Movie 2, but only Scary Movie 2 because it has Tim Curry in it.
Some of
yeah.
that sweet old
And
ghost
then-
dick, eh?
Yeah.
And then after that, it
David
all went to
Cross.
hell. But like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you identified it.
I like the second Scary Movie. Yeah, that's true.
all right.
I can do it myself. I don't need you.
Okay, wait. If you're gonna
I don't know. Hey guys.
eh?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I want to finish my statement at least about Last of Us because The Last of Us Part 2 is coming out and like okay, it's HBO, it's still PlayStation Productions. I was like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? Why are you going into like these are standalone stories. Like the fact that there's a part 2 was kind of a shock to me because the first one ended so nicely. But Neil Druckmann is co-writing and co-producing the fucking HBO PlayStation Productions.
The Neil
Hey,
Druckmann?
I can hear that.
Sorry.
Oh.
No, the writer of Last of Us and the game director of Last of Us Part 2 is writing for the HBO special, like the HBO series. So I feel like that's going to be something that if that's not good, it's due to the writer who made the games. And I don't think he'd shit all over his own kid like that, you know? But like most of this stuff, like, but what's the last good video game movie you've seen? Was it Doom with The Rock? Because that was great for sure, guys.
Don't speak ill of The Rock in this house.
I can for that.
We
sure.
love The Rock here. We're big fans of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's fair.
Video
But,
game movie. I mean, there's not a lot of video game movies out there.
There are a surprisingly large amount, and you don't hear about them because they're so fucking bad.
Because it's hard to make a. So, okay, actually, Angry Birds. I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to say Angry Birds.
That's not surprising.
Angry Birds is fucking hilarious. Jason Sudeikis.
Whoa. They made a fucking Angry Birds movie?
They did,
Yes,
and
they
it's
made
actually
two of them.
fucking
Two of them.
hilarious. It's
There's two
actually.
of them.
I don't know about the second one. I've never seen the second one.
That's fair.
But the original with Jason
Man.
Sudeikis is hilarious.
But
kidding
you're
me.
making
No. I fucking hate kids' movies. I fucking hate them with a
wasn't-
passion.
My argument was you're making a movie from a game with no storyline.
It's exactly what I said. It's exactly what I said. But they give you a decent story in
That's
this.
because so you have decent writers that turn nothing into something.
so
but when
maybe
you
we
have
should
an
just move to
established
Hollywood
franchise-
and start making our millions.
But when
That's
you already
kinda
have
what
like
I
an
wanna do.
established
That's kinda what I wanna do.
an established storyline with established characters and established character arcs to go in and try and either follow that or redo them is what the problem is. Like the latest Tomb Raider movie was pretty decent, I
was-
thought,
I
until
thought
the
so
end
too.
where her dad comes into it, and I was like, this movie sucks now. But
But isn't
like
that
just
kind
as
of
a
like one
fucking
of the
hey,
plots?
hot explorer chick, action, cool, doing scenes out of the game and like doing them well enough to be like, damn, that was really cool. You know, it wasn't like, this is an amazing film, but it was like, it was a pretty decent movie. Like, it was a fun action movie. The first Silent Hill movie was good as well, aside from every scene with Sean Bean in it.
Well, why the fuck isn't there a fucking Jumanji video game?
there's
I
Jumanji
feel like there
board games.
was.
Yeah, but Jumanji in the new Jumanjis, they're video games because it's.
I feel like there was a
They
Jumanji.
probably haven't
Could
got so
a
far.
Jumanji game be?
Well, no, I
Good?
don't.
It's
I
not.
don't
It's
know.
not the same if you're not transported
No,
into
You
the
can't
Jumanji
just say
game.
no.
I just don't think
Because
so.
movie franchise video games are notoriously bad. They aren't always.
E.T.
Oh.
God, that was an amazing.
Platoon. There's a Platoon video game.
Is there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately
and
there
there's
is.
a
Home
terrible
Alone video games?
Top Gun video game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all terrible. Not all of them. Aladdin for the Genesis. Not Aladdin for the Super Nintendo, but the Aladdin for the Genesis was fucking good. They were drastically different games, and the Genesis version of Aladdin is awesome. I have that on my Genesis at home.
Wow,
You guys took a Genesis?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we should talk. Let's hang out.
So let's hang out.
Let's hang
Yeah,
We
out.
should actually be friends.
Yeah, let's hang
Yeah,
out.
We should be
yeah,
friends.
yeah. I guess,
I like this
fucking,
guy.
what, the last 12 years or whatever?
Yeah,
No,
something like that.
shit.
All right. Well,
I do kind of want to like find out what everybody's favorite all-time game is. Actually,
okay. All-time favorite game.
I'm kind of curious what everybody's.
All right.
all-time favorite
Our
game is.
esteemed guest and star of the show, Sid, will you please?
Oh.
I know it's a tough one. It's Resident Evil.
And you can
It's
talk
a-
about it a little
No,
bit
it's
if
not
you
Resident
want.
Evil 3. Fuck no.
Yeah.
I've got a top series of games, but I'd
That
say number
works.
one has like the most impact is legit like the original Resident Evil 2 for PS1. The memories I have, the nostalgic lens that I view that video game through, and the fact that I recently went through and A ranked all the scenarios again for like the first time 20 years later.
So-
yeah, I can't. That's Resident Evil 2 is my all-time favorite video game.
Of all time. Of
Yeah.
your whole life of all
100%.
time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It has been my constant awesome video game.
Okay.
I wanted it so bad, and I remember like if I never had much money growing up, and I just wanted Resident Evil 2 so badly, and open up all the presents under the tree, and it's like, oh damn, okay, I didn't get it. There's one present under there, and it's this big block, and my dad had taken a chunk of styrofoam and cut the game shape out, put the fucking Resident Evil 2 in there, and I opened this big block of styrofoam, and I'm like, what the fuck, and I left it as Resident Evil 2, and then the family had to deal with me shooting fucking zombies in the fucking living room all of Christmas morning. But like, no, that game, like that, Final Fantasy 7, Metal Gear Solid, Tomb Raider 2, like this is like Genesis games are fucking amazing, and they got me into video gaming, and they really kind of were the foundation to my being a gamer. But when the PlayStation 1 came around, and I was old enough that I could make a bit of money, and I could go out and buy video games that I wanted. I could bring discs over to my friend's house, and we could sit there and play them, and I could have my memory card so I could have save states, and I could like resume where I left off instead of like leaving my Genesis on all night so the next day after school I could finish Sonic 2 kind of thing. Like the PlayStation was the era that I'm most nostalgic for, because it was like the really I was coming into my own as a gamer. I was capable of kind of controlling what I wanted to do in regards to video games, and Resident Evil 2 was the most impactful, and still I can pick that game up and play it for hours without even. It doesn't matter that I can speak along with the fucking cutscenes. It just never loses its magic for me. So yeah, Resident Evil 2, favorite
Right
game
on.
of all time.
Right on.
Daniels.
Well, well, sir.
It was Leisure Suit Larry, isn't it?
Oh, dude, I wrote it on my
All
phone.
right.
That's a mobile game?
Well, I mean,
It is now.
so I guess Conker's Bad Fur Day is up there just because it's just, I mean, it's fucked. Like, I mean, you're a squirrel who smokes and drinks, and you know you gotta piss on stuff, and the multiplayer was fantastic. But I guess starting with WWE, or I guess WWF WrestleMania 2000, that was, I mean, my friends and us in high school, that was what we fucking played. And I mean, we played that game for days and days, just in a cloud of pot smoke. It just, you know, and it was like the most, you know, all the different scenarios that you can do, the camaraderie, WrestleMania 2000, and I guess to an extent WWF No Mercy after that.
So you've kind of always been like a fan of the wrestling games then?
Oh, I'm 100%, absolutely. Except for this, whatever that catastrophe was that came out this year.
Is that bad? Yeah.
It was so bad that I did not buy it. I have WWE 2K 16, 17, 18, 19, and I skipped.
I wish you would have bought it, because then you just don't have an internet connection and you play it unpatched, and it would be the best thing to do.
It would be.
Just like, here's a gram of mushrooms, smoke a joint, have a couple beers, and what the fuck are with his legs, guy? You see this?
What happened to their face?
This guy's doing a two-step on top of that cage. No, he's falling. No, he went back up.
And we're not in the arena anymore.
I'm going to wake up in a hospital tomorrow morning.
Sounds like a WCW pay-per-view.
A little bit.
All right,
And,
what
Tyson.
you want to? Okay,
Yeah,
fuck, man,
cool.
the most Canadian thing ever just happened to us there.
Yeah,
We're both trying to offer.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
sorry.
All
man,
right,
you
host,
first, eh?
gracious
Oh,
host,
sorry.
I'll go. My favorite game of all time is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Yep. It is it's a beautiful game. It's fantastic. It's aged okay. I think it's aged fine. Some people disagree, but I don't really care about the graphics like that. I don't know, man. It was like, as I'm playing through and I got to the end of the story, I was like, that was the best fucking story I've ever watched. And I it unfolded in front of me, and it was just everything about it. They even in Skyrim, they give you little map markers that you have to go to. It's pretty easy. But in Morrowind, you just have a guy who tells you, just head west, and there's a fork in the road about 5 minutes west. But sometimes they give you the wrong directions, and then they say head north, but they really mean south. So you go the wrong way for a while, and then somebody way up north is like, "Oh no, it's south," and you're like, "Ah, you dick, you set me on the wrong." But it's just like it's organic.
Is that like a thing in the game? Then they can send you on the wrong path.
Yeah, they send you on the wrong, because it's the guys, I think they say in the game, it's all text. They say, I think it's south after that.
Okay.
But it's just some guy. It's like if we asked you something about somewhere where you're sort of familiar with, but not 100, So it's kind of cool, and the story is probably the best narrative of every Elder Scrolls game. I think it's better than Oblivion, and it is miles better than Skyrim. Skyrim's story is not even close to as good.
Wow.
But yeah, Morrowind is my favorite game of all time.
Nice.
Yeah. I gotta say though, I thought Skyrim was better than Oblivion. Oblivion was like I don't know. Oblivion just kind of.
It was Oblivion was annoying. I just felt like it was like close an Oblivion gate, move on, close an Oblivion gate.
Yeah,
and
you could beat that game in like 40 minutes,
It
which
just
is
got
fine,
tedious.
It did seem very similar to Skyrim as well.
And Skyrim is like, when I beat Skyrim, I was like, whoa, that was it?
Yeah,
That
but
was
the DLC for Skyrim was good. The environment was awesome, and they fixed the fucking leveling program. You could just hide behind a rock while a goddamn little crab was on the beach and just tape your joystick down and then go for lunch at the bright spot and come back and your sneak's 100.
Yeah, Skyrim was cool, the building the houses.
Damn,
I
I
love
never
building the
tried that.
houses.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
A lot of all the games, all the Elder Scrolls are on the Nexus mods are very moddable. If you play them on PC, you can mod the fuck out of them. Graphics, everything.
Okay.
You can have Skyrim that looks like it's a game made today, just without all the mods.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Morrowind, you can make it. There's several mods. There is the MGSO, there's a mod like that where it's like a full-on one package that you install, and then there's so many. Man, Morrowind is fantastic. That whole Elder Scrolls, I think I'm the biggest fan of that entire series.
If only there was a mod that fixed the fucking game engine, eh?
Yeah. there is for Morrowind.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
There is. Yeah, and actually
Damn.
it makes it playable on Android. So
Fuck off, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet, man. Because if Bethesda releases another game in that game engine, that company deserves to burn to the ground.
I agree.
I'm pretty sure they have Elder Scrolls on iPhone now too.
If Elder Scrolls 6 comes out with the fucking same engine as Skyrim,
Well,
which Todd Howard kind of alluded to it's going to. No, fuck.
Dude, look at
What are you guys
Look at what
doing,
Resident
man?
Evil did. They had their fucking
Jesus
engine for
Christ.
Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6, and then they redid their game engine, and they put out the fucking RE engine, which, contrary to what most rational humans believe would be the Resident Evil engine, is the Reach for the Moon engine, because Japan. But that game engine, they fucking built it from the ground up for Resident Evil 7. That game is beautiful. It was beautiful at the time. It's awesome. It's terrifying in VR.
Sounds like this is your favorite
What?
game, not
No,
Resident
no.
Evil 2.
No, it's Resident Evil 2 PS1.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
What about you? What's your
Die by
favorite
that shit.
game?
Come on, Wheels.
I have 2 games actually. It's
Whoa.
Blades. Well, we're
No,
not
I'm just
allowed to
kidding.
have
I'm
two?
just
No.
kidding. You're the
I
host,
thought I was
man.
the host.
It's kind of, you can kick us out at any time. So we're just gonna let it go.
No. Come on.
You guys co-host.
You guys will just
We'll
like do this in the cab if I'm not around.
Gosh, it's not always doing the
Favorite all-time games. I actually have Blades of Steel and Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Fucking
Those-
good choices.
Very
Ocarina
good,
of
yeah.
Time.
Good choices.
Blades of Steel. Rip the past. Rip the
Because
past.
quite frankly,
Man, Blades of Steel was good.
I never had a PlayStation or an Xbox until I was old enough to afford them myself. I
Yeah.
always had Nintendo growing up,
Yep.
and I just remember playing all the Zelda games with my family. And Zelda Ocarina of Time was like the most cinematic, like rewarding experience for a video game. The graphics.
The puzzles.
I remember the puzzle. Oh, fuck the puzzles.
Fuck the water
yeah.
Fuck
temple.
the water temple.
Fuck the
I-
water
yeah,
temple.
fuck
I had to
the
get
water
fucking
temple.
SO Mike to fucking help me with the
Oh my god, water temple.
That was like the one game Goose had. He had that game for GameCube, and I was like playing that just incessantly when I first got to town. And I had to get like, thank God it was like an open door policy at Cavell at that point, because I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, can you like this game? Can you fucking help me with
the
this?
water temple? That's
Fuck that water temple.
So they have that on the fucking 2DS,
The
the Ocarina of Time, and they redid the water temple, so it's fucking playable. I saved outside of the water temple and was like, put the game away for like 3 months, and I was like,
We have it on
yeah,
the
they changed it. I
Switch
should
or
do
the
it.
Wii. I can't remember which. Katie got it.
she probably has it on her Wii back
She
because
probably had
they
that
used to
on
have
the
the
Wii.
virtual console and then they got rid of it. Fucking cunts.
She does have like the newest game on the Switch, but I don't think she played it. It's fucking Zelda's so goddamn fucking hard.
But in all fairness, it's and compared to the way narratively games are and like the difficulty now, like fucking, I'm still like on the third or the first fucking section of that. Neo. I'm in the like dungeon of Neo. It's like 2 minutes into the game. I can't get out of the fucking dungeon. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but Neo's hard.
ridiculous.
That's why when you're like, I'm gonna buy Sekiro, I was like, dude, are you ready for Sekiro?
Yeah, I know. I still haven't bought Sekiro. I want to buy Sekiro, and it keeps dropping the price. I'm like,
Yeah, and then you're gonna start it, and you're gonna be like,
because nobody can fucking beat these
That's
fucking
it's fucking true. But did you see the trailer for Ghost of Tsushima?
oh yeah, that was the
I'm
talking point.
buying
Ghost of
that shit
Tsushima.
like day one. I already bought that. I
Because
pre-ordered it.
Sekiro was supposed to be the fucking. They were supposed to put out a new Tenchu game. Because Tenchu, Stealth Assassins for
Right,
the
I
PS1.
remember that. Yeah.
And then Tenchu 2, where Rikimaru and Ayami, I believe her name is.
Okay.
Fuck, it's been forever since I played those. But those games were From Software was supposed to put out a new Tenchu game, and then they were just like, okay, we'll do a ninja game, and also we'll just do a typical Souls game. Hey, have fun. And it's apparently really good. I really do want to play it. I just fucking have such a backlog, and like stupidly have been playing through like old Assassin's Creed and old Tomb Raider games, because I don't want to horror myself out before RE3 comes out. So I've got RE2 downloaded, ready on the XMB there for playing the Claire A, Leon B scenario.
Okay.
Before Resident Evil 3 drops, and I also have the original Resident Evil 3 loaded up on my Vita to play through that, so I can do a side-by-side comparative when I play through the remake, because I do that kind of shit.
Yeah, and then
A
Blades
lot.
of Steel because I just love hockey,
Blades
man.
of
And
Steel.
it's so good. Hit the pass.
It was like the NBA Jam of fucking.
It was literally the NBA Jam of hockey.
because
yeah.
NBA Jam I was all about on Genesis,
Yeah,
man.
He's
Yes,
on
you were
fire.
dolphin.
Sean Kemp and Detlef Schrempf, dude. That was my fucking team.
buddy, the Seattle Supersonics.
Or
Fuck, man, I was
the
Bulls
Hornets.
all day, every day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
I
was
was-
the Bulls?
That
It
was,
was a
Scottie
lot-
Pippen
And
and
Horace Grant.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
It
Horace
was.
Grant.
It wasn't Jordan. It wasn't the.
No,
Jordan.
No,
Jordan
Jordan
wasn't
wasn't
in
in that game.
I remember with the
Pippen.
the Hornets were really good
It was
because
whoever
it
was
was.
so
The Hornets
short.
were Larry Johnson and fucking Muggsy Bogues.
I thought it was Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning.
Man, that game was sick. If
Or
I can
maybe-
find a
Maybe that was
Genesis
NBA
copy,
Jam 2?
Maybe.
if I can find a Genesis copy of that, man, that would be a fucking
He's
time.
on
I'll
fire.
get it on PS3, but I'd rather
shooting
play it
up.
on Genesis.
He's getting up.
A nail in the coffin. His mother was a dolphin. Like all those fucking. Oh man, just big flaming shoes, triple flip dunks,
Triple flip dumps.
fucking glass breakers.
All right, guys. So, hey, what's the plan for the show next week?
Oh boy.
I just feel like we kind of wing it, man. Like
Yeah,
this
I
is
feel
natural
like,
conversation.
Okay.
We don't really have any interest.
Well, there's a few guys that want to come on the show. We're
Yeah?
gonna try and get them on.
Okay.
Well, any talking points that any of us come up with that we, put in our little list of talking points, unlike you, and if they
Some
get
of us are
pushed
prepared.
because
Tyson has a sad ass fucking things to do list.
Some of us are really taking this seriously.
But like if we have talking points that we want to get on, and then we end up having guests that overrun that, then so be it. We can just bring those up next time.
Absolutely.
It's not like our lives are so fast paced and exciting that we're going to forget what we're doing last week. In regards to things we care about and want to talk about anyway.
That's
It's like,
right.
wow, these fat
So-
losers really love video games.
Well, yeah.
So
Two
you
of them have children?
Yeah, holy fuck! Neglect.
It'll
So,
get just as much hate as the wrestling episode from last week.
Fuck that shit. That wrestling episode was epic.
It was pretty epic. I agree.
So you can find. Where can we find you, Wheels?
We can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. On Twitter, I am at Mighty Wheels. On Facebook and Instagram, I am Justin Reader because I'm not that creative.
Okay, Eric, where can we find you?
Well, you find me all over the place, but hit me up at Eric_83 on Twitter.
All right, and you can find me at Tin Can Blues on Twitter. And what about you, Skweeed?
Oh yeah, I'm on the Twitter, as they say. At SKWEED at Skweeed.
That's three E's, right?
Yeah,
Triple
3
E.
E's.
Is that worse than 2 underscores? Is 3 E's worse than 2 underscores?
There's a reason there's 3 E's in there, but I'll save that for some sort of talking about the back
And
in the
that's
day.
the cliffhanger for next episode.
So I'm still
so-
a pretentious asshole for
so
having
make a
a
note.
no
Yeah,
underscore.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, fair
and
enough. I'm Skweed_love on Instagram, where I'm not very active, but slightly more active there.
And also because you're a pretentious asshole, you're fired.
all right.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
And you can find us at Wheels Blues on Twitter. That is our official Twitter. We will have all kinds of news. What we're doing, what we're posting will be right up on the Twitter. And the website is wheelsbluespodcast.wordpress.com. You can find us up there. If we're going to post an episode or any updates, if you want to know, that's where you can find it. And so anyway, guys, it's been a slice. We had an extra long one today. We've had a great time.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Friday, boys.
Friday sounds good to me.
Friday,
I
boys.
have no plans.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.